Jerk! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul Dragon Cougars, no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go.
The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by Stifel, one of America's fastest growing wealth management and investment banking firms. Rooted in St. Louis, where success meets success.
Coming to you live from New York City. Welcome into the Cam and Strick Podcast, episode number
370, baby. Yoink. Andy sounds like shit.
Hi, Stifel. Look at my background.
You sound like shit. How dare you not bring your microphone? How dare you?
You know that
How dare you?
if you can make it in New York City, you can make
Make it anywhere. Yeah, I know, Andy. You haven't made it in New York City yet. You haven't been there.
Oh,
You've
I
been there.
have.
You've been there for 3 fucking days. I've lived there. I've lived in goddamn Jersey. Those are my people. I should be there with you. I'd be showing you around. Andy's
Listen,
taking pictures of food. Andy took a picture of food. Jesus, he takes a pic. I don't know what the fuck it was, and I know exactly what he's doing. He gets food. He takes a picture of it. Then he goes back and returns it and gets his money back and leaves.
Look at this
Just
one.
for the Instagram post.
Listen, I've taken on a new hobby of photography. I actually like taking pictures. Look at this one. I mean,
Yeah, this is good for the pot. Did you eat it? No, did you eat it? No,
Yeah.
did you eat it?
Yeah.
Did you
And
eat
you know
it?
what? I split that with my wife. Laurie was here for 2 days. I brought her here, and we had a great time. But they give you so much food here in New York, like so much food. Like it's crazy how big the portions are. So that was like a 14-ounce steak, so we split it.
I could only imagine Andy and Lori at the restaurant, like, what's going on here? What is this gluten free? I mean, how long did it take you to order? 20
Not
minutes?
long at all. Gluten free? I'm not gluten free.
You're not?
No.
I'm just asking. I'm asking, baby.
Gluten free. I don't know. I mean, there are certain people that are gluten free. It's a very serious medical condition. I don't know why you're making fun of people who are allergic to gluten.
I'm not.
You know what happens?
No.
to you if you're allergic to
But
gluten you have gluten.
No, what, you get overweight? You get
Mm-mm.
stomach aches? What?
I think you just
Die?
have a really
Combust?
That's
like
what
the
I think
Phoenix?
happened.
Get out of
So
here.
I think it's a serious medical issue, and you're making fun of people. It's like people with like a peanut allergy, dude.
That's a pain in
Like,
the
you ever
ass.
seen- Well, I know they got to carry an EpiPen with them.
You don't have that, though, but you order like you do. That's where I'm making fun of you at, not them. They have issues, you don't, but you order as slow as people that do have issues. That's all. No big deal. I just want to say real quick, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I know we're late
Yeah.
again. Andy's been on a long road trip. He was at Toronto, Philly, fucking Jersey, New York, the Islanders. He's coming back tomorrow, so we're going to get this out. We got a good episode, which we did a couple weeks ago with Bryan Berard, and I know he's been making his rounds, but I think you're going to like our interview with him. It's different. We dig into his whole past. We talk about all his stuff, his ups, his downs, and I think you're really, really going to enjoy this. So he actually texted me afterwards like, wow, you guys do your homework. I'm like, well, yeah, you're damn right we do. We know how to interview, Andy.
I do my homework.
Are you kidding?
You're just
You
along
ask
for the
me.
ride.
You ask
You're
me what we
along-
got
you're
going on.
along
I got
for-
goddamn things going on. I sit in the parking lot for 2 hours reading things. What are you talking about?
You're
I don't have
along for the
kids.
ride.
I don't have kids. But I also want to say this. On Thanksgiving. When you're at dinner time, and maybe Andy's family is different because they're all probably on the same page. But if you're at a family dinner for Thanksgiving, I'd say keep the politics out of it. Grab your cool cousins. Grab your cool fucking uncle. That's cool as shit. Grab your granddaddy. He's cool. Go to the other room. Crack open some whiskey. Crack open some booze. And shoot the shit politically in a different room. Don't do it at the dinner table. Don't get wokey auntie all upset. Just don't do it. Don't do that to that poor woman. Talk your politics in a different room. That's all. Grab the cool cats. Go to the different room. Get your mind right. And then discuss politics. That's all. That's my advice to everybody at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, don't discuss politics. Stay away from religion. Look out for somebody who's dealing with substance abuse.
What?
Dude,
No,
you gotta look out. No. You look out for the person who's dealing with like substance abuse issues.
yeah. Okay. So Andy's the kind of guy who's like, I heard you're on painkillers. No, don't do that. But if you understand, you got your little cousin who's going through a jam. Go talk to him away from everybody else and fucking talk to him like a cool cat. Go to a different room and do your shit. That applies the same. Don't be like, hey, everything's good at the household. I'm on a road trip and the kids are great and I'm making money. I'm this. Oh, hey, Kyle, I heard you're addicted to painkillers and you're broke. Don't do that. Go talk to him in a different area. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's rules, man. You should
Well,
abide.
maybe somebody who's dealing with some like other like it doesn't have to be painkillers.
It could be drugs. It could be women. It could be money. It could be you're getting a divorce.
It could be dealing with anything. Just
Anything.
Look out for that.
But don't call them out in front of everybody.
No, I'm trying to be compassionate. These family dinners can go sideways very, very quickly. Don't be a part of that. But Cam, do you know that I am going to be by myself on Thanksgiving? It's going to be a different Thanksgiving for me, like by myself. And I've had team doctors invite me over for dinner. People have been reaching out. You haven't said a word.
You're in New York.
Mm-hmm.
You're with $1 billion company. You're flying a private jet. You're hanging out with all these guys. You guys are all together. You're going to be fine. Your kids are going to be fine. Lori's going to be fine. You're not in Iraq. You're not in a fucking sandbox. You're not drilling no. You're not drilling fucking oil in the middle of the fucking ocean and you're gone for 2 months. You're with $1 billion company and a hockey team living out your dream. You're going to be okay. You know what? You're going to be back Wednesday. Celebrate it Friday. You're going to be okay.
What are you talking about? Thanksgiving's on Thursday. I'm going to be back. But Ty and Laurie and Ivy are going to Toronto for Silver Sticks on Thursday. And this is the year that I spend Thanksgiving with my wife's family, but everyone on her side of the family is out of town. No one from my family is coming into town. So it's just me and Chloe. We've had lots of people reach out. You have not reached out and invited us over.
How old is she again?
Chloe?
Yeah.
14.
You got to be 15, 16 to be able to come to my house. I can't hide all the stuff. It's just not kid friendly. She's still a kid in my book. So I got to draw the line, Andy. It's for the best for her future if she didn't come out to my house yet. When she gets older, fine.
Peelsy came to Jammer's defense, and
you gonna talk about that?
Jammer's out there. Oh, are we not talking about it?
Well, I don't give a fuck.
I talked to Jamal yesterday.
Can
My advice to him was not to.
Let's slow down. Let's explain to the people what went down so we could, because I watched the video. I watched 2 different videos on it so I could have my take on it. But just explain to the people what went down. Or do you want me? Go ahead.
So here's the deal. So there's like several of these Instagram accounts that are out there that post a lot of different things in relation to youth hockey.
Yeah, with the
there is an account, and listen, they'll post a lot of like coaches making asses of themselves, parents making asses of themselves, who embarrass themselves and embarrass the sport. And more often than not, it's probably good that they do that just to kind of out some of these people that are giving youth hockey a bad name. In this particular situation, Jamal Mayers, my co-host on Hockey Sense, Cam,
which the other hockey podcast Andy runs. Ridiculous.
And been a good friend of ours for a long, long time.
Yeah, we love him.
And so, listen, he's a fiery guy, very emotional. And I guess they were playing against a team, we'll even call them out. They were playing against Team Illinois out of Chicago.
Yep.
And I guess some players in TI, from what I understand, were playing pretty aggressive, dirty. And towards the end of the game, there was a 2-hand splash, kind of like a baseball swing, to the back of the legs of Jamal Mayers' son.
And
another kid at the same time, cross-check to the back. So when you see this video that's out there, you see the kid who took the cross-check who's still laying on the ice. So I guess the coaches had to go out there and make sure that he was okay. So Jamal played in the NHL over 900 games, fought a lot. And listen, when you talk to Jamal's teammates over the years, man, he has that ability, Cam, which I'm sure you've seen it over and over. Like some guys, they get into the game, something happens, and maybe the wires cross a little bit, and they react a certain way. So Jamal immediately comes to his player's defense, and he's just giving it to the coach on the other side.
Yeah, the coach,
Team Illinois,
the coach, not the players.
The coach. Of course not. No, the coach. And so he's, Jamal's coaching with our AAA Blues program here in St. Louis. So he's giving it to this coach, comes out on the ice, has to be kind of held back by the officials. Well, this Instagram account post this reaction from Jamal Mayers. Doesn't show the hit, doesn't show the baseball swing flash,
Yeah.
doesn't show the cross check.
Yep.
Just shows Jamal Mayers' reaction. And it was basically like, hey, this is a former NHL player, former NCAA college player,
Yep.
current NHL analyst
Yeah.
who's acting like this. No matter what happens during the game, there's no excuse for it. And listen, I've been around youth hockey for a long time, Cam. I've seen a lot of former NHLers get super emotional on the bench, get very fiery. Non-NHL people get very fiery
Of
as well.
course.
But, a lot of NHL guys certainly, have, I've seen it in the past. So he gets emotional. He's sticking up for his team and he's just screaming at the other coach. And so now this is out there and, it's kind of been, created this idea that, he just went crazy without showing what
Yeah.
led to the response from Jammer. So I think sometimes, to be fair, you can just, put a blanket over the situation and accuse somebody of acting a certain way. But I think for proper context, you got to show everything. And
Sure.
you got to show what led to it, even if you feel like Jamal crossed the line. If you feel like he crossed the line even after seeing the cross check and the slash, then hey, you're entitled to your opinion.
I will say that the cross checks and the slashes, man, they happen. They do. Like it just happens. I've done it. Jammer's done it. I'm sure, Ty's had cross checks at him. He's cross checked guys. We've talked about that before. So it does happen. Did Jammer do anything too crazy? He was loud. He looked scary. He used the F-bomb. How old are the kids? Are they what? 13?
2012.
What-
What are
what-
they, 13?
13. Okay. Like, I mean, I'm throwing F-bombs out when I'm 13. I don't give a fuck. If my dad was on the other team and he heard a coach say that, I don't think he'd care. Like, he wouldn't be like, I dare you scream cuss words in front of my 13-year-old son, which I do every single day anyway in front of him. Like, he didn't push anybody. He was fired up. He's sticking up for his teammates. Optically, did it look great? Not really. But is it that big of a deal? No. In my opinion, no. So,
Well, it's
That's
not
how
a
I
big
look at it.
deal. I think the referees, I don't know how
what are
much
they
control
supposed to
they had
do?
over the game.
What are they supposed to do?
If there were situations that occurred earlier in the game, the
Maybe
score
they
was
could have.
lopsided.
Yeah.
Can you start throwing guys out? You're calling penalties. Maybe you get control of the game, which I think a lot of youth hockey officials sometimes struggle at. There's some who are better than others. It's no different than the NHL, is it? NHL refs that are better than other NHL refs. It is what it is. But, in this particular, I will say, and Jamal would probably say the same thing. I think as a coach in youth hockey, you have to try to find a way to keep it together and not go overboard. But sometimes, hey, shit happens. And I've seen it over and over. And
Sure.
when it's your kid getting splashed and you're super competitive, sometimes it can draw that type of response out of you. And I think that's what happened here
Could-
with Jamal. But I'm not judging Jammer based off of it. And I think that's where people have to understand, man. You go watch youth hockey, go watch youth sports in general. I've seen it in basketball. I've seen it in baseball. You see it in soccer. I mean, listen,
Football.
it just is what it is. It's just not really my style to go crazy like that. Like, I'm not running on the ice, like, screaming at the other coach. But you may give it to the referee occasionally. You know what I'm saying?
Don't sell yourself short, Andy. Like if somebody
Well,
runs
you're
tie,
right.
if somebody runs tie from behind at the end of the game when you're up by 6, like I don't know if you can control yourself either. Now, back in the day, when Don Morehouse was coaching me with AAA, if the camera was on us for all the games, like, oh my fucking God, the shit that he was saying to guys, the parents fighting each other. I mean, it was chaos. It's absolute chaos. Listen, hockey's different, man. It's so physical. You could be a bully on the ice and really piss people off. And I just say, if Jammer's kids at the end of the game on the ice, and you're up by, I don't know what the score were they dominating that game, or was it?
No, they were losing. They were losing 7-2.
They were losing, and the other team still did that. Interesting.
Yeah.
I would have kept my son. The couple of the guy, like there's always a couple guys on the team that you want to put out there to kind of like set everything straight. I don't know how physical that game was, but maybe put those cats out there to make sure nothing happens. If it does happen, they can stick up for themselves. But to go crazy like that, was it that big of a deal? I don't know. Nah, it's not great, but it's not that bad. Sometimes you just need to hold your breath, swallow your tongue, and be like, suspend these kids. Suspend them. That's a suspension worthy.
You hit the nail on the head early in what you were talking about. It's like you got to realize nowadays, and you're inside these rinks, man, everything's being recorded.
Everything.
It's like if you go behind closed, the walls, back where the dressing rooms are, then listen, people can put their phones up and stuff like that. But if you wanna make your peace and say a few things back there. You're a little more protected, although people can get the phones out and whatnot. But when you're on the bench, you're inside the walls of the rink, man. Everything's being recorded, and we've seen it over and over nowadays of coaches kind of getting themselves in hot water because these are recorded, whether it's Live Barn or Black Bear TV, any of these streaming services that are out there. But Cam, I've seen so many former NHLers, man, back in the day, like you're saying. I mean, and non-former NHLers, I mean, just go absolutely crazy. I've seen guys get busted because the cameras are there, and I've seen guys do this long before there were ever cameras inside these rinks. So I will say this to you, Cam. I do, for the most part, if I am on the bench and if I am helping coach, I and even if I'm not, if I'm in the stand, if I'm standing at the glass, I do keep that in mind, man. I do know that, hey,
Stay
anything
away.
you do can and will they use against you
Well,
because it's being recorded, man.
talk to him afterwards, man. Like, listen, and did he send those kids out there to do that? I don't know. That could be a different element to the whole thing too. Like, if you know that he's sending those kids out there specific, and when you're up by 6 or whatever the case is, like, why do that? We don't know what happened, but it's hockey. This shit happens every game, every single tournament. You got Jeff Brown, you got Keith Kachuk, you got Al McInnes, you got, Chaser back in the day. Like, those guys, they went crazy too when shit went down.
Basil McRae,
Basil,
Cam, I
fucking
mean,
Razzle Dazzle. Come on.
Rob
Now,
Ramage, dude, all
but
these guys, I mean,
Rob,
you'll come at RCC,
yes,
Blake Dunlop. I mean, you can go. The list goes on and on and on.
it does.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, of former NHLers here in St. Louis that coached, and they were emotional players, and therefore when they coached youth hockey, they were emotional when they coached. And listen, man, I see so many former NHLers on the hockey circuit, the AAA hockey circuit. They're everywhere.
Yep.
And dude, I mean, I see coaches from Little Caesars and all the top programs, man. A lot of well-recognized names, guys who had long NHL careers, they're constantly giving it to the refs. They're screaming. Some guys make an ass out of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Is youth hockey in a weird spot, though? Because I feel like I see more and more and more people bagging on players. Now there's like these clips of all these guys, superstar athletes, superstar hockey players. I saw it today on Twitter where they had like a montage of all the big dogs in the NHL that went through shit, from Mario Lemieux, which I had no idea about, who hid something of something. Yes. And then boom.
What are you talking about, dude?
They had these people are putting out clips of Hall of Famers that played in the league that went through it, and they just have a list of this guys doing shit. And I'm like, oh my God. So I just feel like it's boiling up and it's getting a lot of attention. So you just gotta be careful.
Listen, and Jamal, my kid's been on the ice with Jamal
Yeah.
countless times, dude.
No shit.
And like, this guy is, good at what he does. He's a good teacher of the game.
He's a good guy.
Like, I don't feel nervous about my kid being on the ice with Jamal Mayers.
Hell no.
This guy obviously had a moment, but he's very good at what he does, man. He's a good coach, and he's been around for a long time, so he adds a lot of value. It is what it is. I'm not judging him for it. Everyone has their moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All good.
So,
He'll be
but
fine.
I do think you got to show the full thing in context, but it is a reminder for coaches.
That's it.
Keep your cool, man.
And
You're
people
on
will get
camera.
you. They're going to want to get you. They want to get us, Andy. There's people that don't even like us that will listen to the pod just so I say something stupid, and they'll clip that off to try to get you too. So you got to be careful with that whole thing. But like, there's a lot of drama going on in hockey right now, man. There really is. The Jack Hughes situation. I mean, that whole fucking thing. I don't know. Did we talk about this last week or no?
I don't
think
know if we
so.
really got into it, but I will say that I talked to some people who basically say it was not a crazy situation that people automatically assume, that he literally just put his hand down and hit some glass. Like, was sitting there was some broken glass. He put his hand down to slice his finger, dude.
Well, why was there broken glass? Did he try to
I
open
don't
a
know.
wine? Well, that's
Who knows? But
Yeah,
the
but
broken glass, there was glass there. He didn't see the glass, and he put his finger on. Just whatever, however. But it wasn't like, I know people want to paint this picture of like him falling all over himself, or being shit-faced, or being
Punching.
in a fight, or punching a glass, punching a window,
Yep.
punching a car window, doing something like, had some emotional outburst that, led to him injuring his
Wasted. Yeah.
finger. No.
Yeah.
And you can trust me with my source on that. I mean, they would have no reason to.
But on the other
not
hand,
be honest with you.
I've been through this firsthand with different things when it comes to injuries off the
dude,
ice.
I
And
understand
we
why you think
lied
that, yeah.
like a motherfucker. Lies. Just to try to protect the player. So I don't know what to think of it. It's not good. It's not good for New Jersey. But at least he's hanging out with Tate McRae. Yeah, I believe you, man. I do. I believe that situation. But it doesn't matter because it's still a terrible situation one way or the other. And you're out to dinner. It's a rookie party. You're in Chicago. The steakhouse is a Chicago cut. You're with a bunch of Barstool guys. I mean, it's just.
I don't know how many of those guys were there, dude.
Well, Frank
I heard
the Tank
that
was
too.
there. Frank was there. I
don't even know. I don't even know if he was there at the time when he cut his finger.
It just amplifies the situation. Ain't no big deal. The Devils are
Yeah.
they're going to be okay. We root for them too, man. I love all you guys out in Jersey right now.
But all I'm
Fucking
saying is
Jersey.
I'm trying to protect Jack because I don't think it's understandable. Your initial reaction is to be like, this guy was being a fool and an idiot. Now he just cost the team.
Yeah. Yoink.
But in fairness, from what I understand, he wasn't doing anything crazy.
So bizarre.
Hopefully he can get healthy and get better because like everyone, hey, USA hockey's like dropping
Ex-
like flies right now.
I
Although
know.
Brady's coming back,
Yeah.
I thought maybe his first game would be Friday after Thanksgiving here in St. Louis, but apparently he's playing tonight. So you got him coming back. Matthew's still out. McAvoy has a serious injury going on. Take a puck to the face.
Is he okay? Because did he break his jaw, McAvoy?
Dude,
It looked bad, dude. He's a tough son of a bitch too. I love him, man.
he
But they
is,
got to
man.
get healthy, man. Once you get past Thanksgiving, time flies, man, in the hockey world. Like it fucking goes. And the Olympics are going to be here pretty quick. So hopefully these guys get healthy, man. We got the U.S. has some fucking work to do to prove their point here.
No
To try to,
shit.
you know
it's
what I mean? Like, let's go.
You can't just put together the roster and be like, oh, it looks cute. Austin Matthews
Exactly.
has been hurt, man. Like,
Exactly.
dude, listen, we got to be past that. Where you say, wow, we're gonna have this great team. Hellebuck's having surgery. He's
Yeah.
out for the next
Yep.
several weeks. I mean, like, dude, like you're dealing with some guys who, even if they get healthy, like they're just coming back.
I know.
Like timing isn't always gonna be there. Like there may be some rust that comes with it. And Ken, you can probably speak to it. Did you play it?
No.
Okay, because when you come
No.
back from injury,
No.
you're probably not just like feeling great right off the bat. It may take you a game.
Your
or two,
timing's off,
but-
man. Depends on how hard you
Yeah.
work out and what you could possibly do to get back. Like if you have a lot of time to get back, it's all different. It's all different. But goddamn, listen, US, like time's a ticking. We need guys healthy. And it's not like, we might lose in overtime to Canada in the finals. No, you might fucking lose to Germany. You know what I mean? Like you can get fucking
Damn.
embarrassed. You want to don't get
Slavin-
embarrassed.
Slavin's been hurt.
Yeah. That's our guy right there, blocking shots with his face. He's got Jesus on his side. You need that.
Dude.
Certainly need that. You know what I mean? You need
I
him
know.
around the boys. You got to get healthy here, or else this might be pretty goddamn embarrassing. Get
'Cause I will
going.
say, like USA, yeah, they can certainly win gold with their A team. Well, we ain't going in there and winning gold with a bunch of B and C guys.
You might
replacing
lose.
the A guys.
You might lose to fucking Czechia. You know what I mean? Like, goddamn, which is not that big of a deal, but it is a big deal for US. They're trying to take over Canada now. We're trying to take Canada over, and it just hasn't happened yet. I don't care what you say. It hasn't happened yet. Canada's here and the US is here. That's how it is right now. Until you do something drastic like the Olympics and you win gold. Then we could have a better conversation with it. But right now, the US isn't there yet. It's just a fact. It's getting there.
Thank God the Minnesota Wild are winning for Billy Guerin. Otherwise, he might just be like climbing into a hole, getting all this bad news and having the Wild continue to lose.
No, but
at the
they're
same
doing all
time.
they're doing all right. They're
Dude,
doing all right.
They're coming around. They're playing the way that they're supposed to be.
Can we talk about the Blues? Can we talk about the Blues? Since you're on this road trip, man,
Mm-hmm.
and people want to know, because we have a lot of Blues fans, and we don't really even touch that much on the Blues. But they don't look great right now, Andy. They're very, very inconsistent. I like Logan Mailloux back in the lineup. He looked pretty good in the first period. Then he's out there for 2.5 minutes. They couldn't get a line change, and they get scored on with Cam. He was paired up with Cam Fowler throughout the game for the most part. But then he sits for 10 minutes. He goes back out there, and they just lose another game to a team that's depleted, that doesn't have much confidence going on. And they just can't figure it out, Andy. They can't figure it out. Blues fans are kind of going a little bit crazy right now. They thought they were going to be a lot better than what they are. You get a little bit of pressure going into the right direction, and all of a sudden it collapses again. You're around the guys. You've been around the guys. Like, what's your take on this whole Blues situation?
Well, listen, I honestly going into yesterday's game, I was like feeling really positive about the team. They had points in like
Me
8
too.
of 9 games.
Me too. Yep.
Like they were getting points like every night. They had points in every game. They're on the longest road trip of the year. I'm on the longest road trip of the year right
We
now
know.
for myself too. Yeah.
You're not in Iraq.
I'm in New York City,
Yeah.
and I'm about to have things. I'm
at
about
the
to
Four
have things.
Seasons.
Saying I'm walking through.
Andy
Hell's
thinks he's
Kitchen
in a
and stuff
fucking
like that.
bunker in the sandbox. No, you're at the Four Seasons in fucking New York City. Your wife was in town. You're doing your thing. Calm down a little bit. It's all good. But what do you think? Like, what's going on with
Okay,
this team?
so listen. And they got the victory against the Islanders, which
Damn good.
they needed in the worst way. It was a crazy game. They were up in the game, and then New York scores late. You had this Falk situation where he like loses his steal on his skate, falling backwards, and his stick goes up and it clips the Islanders player, and they put him in the box for a double minor. It's like, what is going on? Crazy situation there. But the Blues held on.
Yep.
And then they had a day off the next day, and I think the team, kind of rallied around that victory. And the Rangers had won one game at home all season. And you can
Yeah.
see why when you watch them play. I
Sloppy.
apologize, Ranger fans, but the
Sloppy.
Rangers are terrible.
They're not good.
I mean, and there was like one of those games where you just knew it was going to take a puck off somebody's ass or off somebody's shin. That was going to be the deciding goal. Look at all the weird goals that were scored outside of Holloway's goal, which was an absolute
Bomb.
knife.
Yeah.
And then Trocheck had a nice goal on the shift that the Blues got stuck on the ice for
2.5
2.5
minutes.
hours of the nice
Yep.
pass and a nice finish. But outside of that, they were just, some goals out in front, getting some bounces and whatnot. But
They still beat
sometimes
the
you need
Blues,
those to
Andy.
win. Oh, yeah, dude, the Blues. So, they just, that was a disappointing game because I just really felt like that was going to be the follow-up. And wow, this road trip now could all of a sudden maybe turn things around. If they
Yep.
win last night and then you go into New Jersey with a little bit of confidence, having 1-2 in a row, and you got points in every game on this road trip, I just felt like, wow, man, something positive could come out of this. So now all of a sudden it's a reset. Mayu comes back up and played really, really good hockey apparently down in the American League. I talked to him about it. He had a great attitude. They told him, hey, just go down there and play, but make sure you keep a good attitude. All of a sudden you have a bad attitude, we'll keep your ass down there, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
talking to him, like he understood, and he went down there and he got his game in order, came back with a lot more confidence. This guy was flying in the first 7-8 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Man.
Keeping pucks
I mean,
alive.
all over the place.
Shutting down New York, keeping pucks alive, getting shots on net, breaking up plays, making nice passes. Then he gets caught out there for 2.5 minutes. Then he sits for 10 minutes. Then it kind of slowed down after that. But
see, here's the thing, though. Like, what's your take on that? Because
I don't
think
like
when
it.
you're a young player, when you don't have confidence, and now all of a sudden you go down, and now you do have confidence, and this guy's like running around like, it looks like a completely different player.
Yeah.
You're like excited about his skill set that's on display
Yep.
at Madison Square Garden. You're like, wow, this is who the Blues traded for. So he gets caught on the ice with a veteran guy.
Yeah.
And you got to, put some of the responsibility on the forwards as well because, they're not getting pucked out. I mean, just get it to the red line, get it in.
Get it in.
A long change in the second period. That would allow you to get your defenseman off the ice.
Yep.
So they weren't able to do that. And so he gets scored on. And now you don't play for the next several minutes. I mean, what does that do for your confidence? Once you finally get it, does that have to strip it away?
No, it's tough, man. And then you lose your groove a little bit. Like he was grooving. And was that his fault throughout that whole sequence? No. The forwards could have came back a little bit harder, picked up a couple guys. They could have made better plays in the neutral zone. But that kind of shit happens. But I don't like him sitting for another 10 minutes, 12 minutes, or whatever it was, and then trying to go back out there and kind of refuel that confidence. That's a tough thing to do. But let me ask you a question about it.
But tell me to kind of finish this real quick because he was on
Yeah.
the ice for another goal against too. And I love the fact that Monty, after the game,
Exactly.
said that wasn't his fault. He had nothing
Exactly.
to do with that. And then he even got some power play time at the end of the game.
Yep.
Got a nice shot on goal. Got
Yep.
a deflection, hit the crossbar.
So
I mean, that could have done wonders for his confidence too. So he got on the ice in the third period and was able to, it appeared to move past what had happened earlier in the game.
yeah.
So I expect this guy to be a good player tomorrow night in New Jersey too, man. And hopefully he can bring that home with him. And start to play with that confidence and be the player that they know he is and who they traded for and who he showed he was last year.
I agree.
Hey,
I
what
just
do you
feel
think
like
of this?
what?
Go ahead.
Well, I just
Remember
feel
that
like
kid?
the Blues, either the goaltending's bad and they score 5 goals.
Mhm.
The goaltending's good, they have no offense. Like, they have to put a complete game plan together and stick with it throughout the whole game, and they just haven't done that yet, and it's been pretty damn frustrating. I do think Blues fans are very loyal, and I think they're kind of, are they going a little ape shit here? Sure, but it's not as, I think they're accepting it in a way. They are, because there's still some young guys that are looking pretty good. Dvorsky looks pretty good. Snuggerud's in and out here and there. Like, do I notice him here? Do I notice him there? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But when I do, he's making plays. He's actually a better passer than people would talk about. Like, he's got vision. He really does. But they just need to be way more consistent, man. So we just want to get some Blues talk out because Andy's on this trip. We wanted to throw that at you guys. But we see everything that you guys are seeing. We do. We'll see what happens tonight with the Devils. I know this is coming out tomorrow. But I don't know,
But
man.
they're having trouble scoring goals, man.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, even in Toronto and Philly, you have dude, they scored 2 goals in both of those games. In Philly, they had a 2-0 lead. To see it evaporate. They won the game against the Islanders, but they still only scored 2 goals. They just scored 2 goals against the Rangers. So they got to find more offense. There's no question. Because I think defensively, they have tweaked some things that were kind of creating some issues for them, I think, earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Where they were allowing a lot more goals, and obviously the goaltending wasn't as good. Their goaltending been really, really strong
As of
over the
late,
course
yeah.
of the last few weeks.
Yeah, Hofer was awesome the other day, too. You could just see in his eyes.
Bennington was great against the Islanders.
Fantastic.
Unbelievable.
He was
I mean,
fantastic.
I'm hearing people question, like, should he be the guy for Canada? Listen, Canada doesn't have, like, a surplus of options, first off. So let's be honest, okay? And when Bennington, when the stakes are at its highest, this guy's going to be able to lock in. That's exactly what he did against the Islanders the other day. I wouldn't be too concerned about it. And you got to also remember, Cam, like, this is not the 4 nations. You're not playing Sweden or USA every single night. I mean, there's some bottom feeders they're going to play too that they're probably going to beat 10-1 or whatever, like some of these teams.
Or they don't.
Or they get upset.
Andy.
Man, I know. Hey, or they don't. But, your other option maybe is Logan Thompson. And hey, listen, if you feel like he deserves to get some starts and he deserves to play, then fine. But I will say, John Cooper, who's going to have a lot of say in that. I mean, obviously, Doug Armstrong's the general manager. He's constructing the roster. And, he knows what he has in Jordan Bennington, but so does John Cooper. And I don't think, John Cooper's losing his confidence in Jordan Bennington. He knows he's going to be the guy. Unless, like, Shesterkin or Vasilevsky change their citizenship to Canada, there's just not a bunch of guys. They're talking about Scott Wedgwood and somebody. Hey, he's had a
That's my
strong
boy.
season, but
I played with Scott
is he?
Wedgwood in Albany, man. He was the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
And
That's
now
awesome.
he's still grinding it, doing his thing. He's a little
Dude,
bit older.
he's
Good for
good,
you.
man.
Scotty Wedgwood, I love you, buddy.
Yeah, he's
Great
good.
teammate. Nicest kid in the world.
So, like, but my point is, I don't think some of these guys are a threat to take over for Jordan Bennington unless he gets there and just struggles, and then you can't put him in. That's a different story. If you get to the Olympics and you're struggling in Olympic competition, then
We got
all
problems.
bets are off, and you got to
Yeah.
play your best option.
What do you think of and we always love talking about Connor Bedard, man. I think he's been playing fantastic. He did get rocked the other day by Dylan. Hit his head down. He kind of looked away. Kind of kicked the pad. Boom, got rocked. You got to watch that, okay? Like remember we always isolate his hits. They're always on Twitter when he gets rocked. A year ago, he was getting fucking rocked 3 times a shift. Now I'm not seeing it as much. He did get hit the other day, but he's scoring goals. He's doing his thing. Even when they were down the other day, there's a clip of him. They were down by 4. They're getting their ass kicked by somebody. And he makes a play, loses the puck, stops on a dime, and gets back, disrupts the play, comes back on, gets a scoring chance. Like that, little things like that add up, man. And you could tell he has a different mindset. But then he's walking with the boys, and I guess they're going to practice. I don't know where they were, but the autograph seeker, who's probably 50 years old, is filming, and they don't even know. And I know these guys. They hang out at the rink. They hang out at the hotel. They wait for you. They know exactly what's going on. They have a folder of 50 different cards of everyone, even a 4th line guy that no one even knows. They have every single card. They sell them. We all get that. They use that blue marker. Boom, 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 boom. So you could tell this guy probably already has been up to Connor a million times, although he disputes that whenever he was interrogating him. And Connor's just like, no, man, I'm just going. No, I'm going. You're not a kid. Get away from me. You're not a kid. And then finally, it's like, fuck off. Blah, 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 blah. A little scribble. And the guy that posted it, or girl, tried to kind of twist it in a different way. And all the internet looks at it in a different direction. And I don't blame Connor Bedard for that, man. So if you're chirping Connor Bedard for not signing this guy's autograph, who's everywhere, who's got everybody's, and he sells them to make money, I don't blame Connor Bedard for that. Now, if you did to LeBron James, which we fucking chirped him before, after they win the Olympic gold and they're in France and he gets out and that little kid's like, hi, LeBron. He's like, grrr. Then he goes in and goes, meh, 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 meh. Then he sees a bunch of hot chicks and he's like, hey, girls, meh, meh, meh. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. You turn down a kid, we got problems. You turn down a 50-year-old fucking autograph seeker, I don't give a shit.
To me, it felt like this because I see it every day too, Ken. I see
They
these
go up
guys
to
or
you?
whatever.
Are you signing? Do you turn them
They're
down?
having me sign some stories that I wrote back in the day.
The women want you to sign it.
Sign it
The
right
women
here.
they find Andy, the women. But no, they're there. You see it when you walk
but
in.
My point is, me, it looked like Bedard's like, yeah, I know this dude. Dude, I've signed him already for him 15,000 times.
Exactly.
Now he wants another one. That's why he said no. And that's why this guy is yelling, you can personalize it. Personalize it. You can write to Joe.
Shut
To
up.
Joe.
Shut up. Leave that kid alone.
Okay, so that's even worse, dude. You're like 50-something years old, and now
Exactly.
you want it for yourself.
No, you want it to
Joe.
sell so you could go fucking buy cookies. Like, no shit. Like, he's like, fuck yourself. He gets bombarded everywhere he goes. Get out of here.
So then Bedard did it. He shouldn't have done it.
No,
shouldn't have kept
he
saying no.
Yeah, but you see what he did? He just scribbled. Like, it's irrelevant. Get out of here.
So what do you
He
think
scribbled.
of that?
That means
Is
that means
not
go.
his real signature?
No, go fuck yourself. You can't sell that. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, really?
That's a signature he gave him. He didn't even put his number down. He goes, blah, 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 get out of here. You can't sell that. So in the end,
Okay.
Connor won, but they tried to get Connor and it didn't work. He's a good dude. If he fucks, he's already been through weird shit with the Corey Perry situation in Chicago. Fucked that whole thing up anyway. I'm not chirping him, man. I think he's having a hell of a year so far.
I'm not
I like
chirping him, dude. He's
No, I
having
know
a
you're
great
not.
year.
I didn't say
Yeah.
you were, but they
Yeah.
tried to. They tried to. These are the people I'm talking about, Andy. They try to get you. They want to get you. They want to get you. This whole Carter Hart thing too, which, man, it is what it is. Like, they're just, you got guys out there that are trying to get you in every way possible. So you got to be careful with that, man, including us with stuff, you know. They want to get everybody because they feel good when they get you. They feel good when they get you. They're virtuous. They're better than you. I'm better than you because you messed up, and I'm going to tell everybody about it. That's what they do. So you just got to be careful with it, man. But this is certainly a case that get the fuck out of here. The
Dude,
fuck
they're
out.
they're all over the Leafs in Toronto too.
Well, they should
They
be.
want Chief out of there.
They should be. No.
I mean,
Not if you want Chief out of there, you're out of your fucking mind.
but
What do you
dude,
get?
that's what they're all saying. They're all like, we need a new coach would probably. It's got a new coach. You're the same people who were saying like Chief is exactly what we need. You know what the worst thing in hockey is, man? I just see it, and this has been Toronto.
What?
It's like the definition of Toronto forever. And why it's really not a great fit for Craig Berube, but their team is just loaded, and they ain't the only team. There's a lot of teams like this, okay? But when your best quality as a team is soft skill, which is what they are, dude. They just have soft skill up and down the line. It's just soft skill. So you hear the way Chief's talking and what he wants out of his team and what he expects. And we got to be willing to do this and that for 60 minutes. And like everything he wants them to do, it's just not in their DNA to be able to do that. So if you think another guy is going to be able to get that out of this team and Craig Berube can't get hard hockey out of this team, but you think somebody else can, and you
Get
think
out of
somebody
here.
else is going to come in and maybe they're going to soft skill their way to the playoffs. Maybe they will. I don't know.
Who?
So,
Wait. Who has ever soft skilled their way and been dominant in the playoffs? Oh wait,
Not dominant, but Toronto has soft skilled their way to the playoffs.
no.
And so I think Chief is trying to take some of that away from them in an effort to play harder and be a little more committed to playing a harder game and a heavier game. And it's just not who they are. And you just can't fake it. And it's obviously not, the results aren't there for them to try to play that way. So it's like, you just let them be who they are and soft skill their way back into contention where they can make the playoffs even if that means lose in the first round once again. I mean, that's just the way I look at it.
I get you. Who's the past 10, 15 years? Who's the softest team that won the Stanley Cup? Who's the softest
Well, I don't
team?
think there is one. I mean, you
Was
can
it
look at Detroit.
Is it Colorado?
Detroit back in the day, but they still played hard.
They played hard
I
as
mean?
fuck, blocking
Yeah,
shots.
But I'm talking about like the Babcock team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You
they
can't
were led
be
by Datsyuk and Zetterberg and these guys, and they would, but like they weren't soft. They
No.
still played a hard game.
They're-
They would get picked on a little bit, and like some teams who have some tough guys or whatever would abuse some of their star players. And
They got through
there's
it.
nothing they could really do about it. Vancouver tried that for years. They were able to get to the Stanley Cup final, but they had some toughness on that team too.
But it didn't affect them.
No.
They were upstairs. They were so confident. They were like, we might not be as tough as you, but we're not taking your shit. But when Toronto gets bullied around, they sit back like, God, help me. There's a big difference with that. There's a big, they get bullied.
Is with Vancouver, you could bully the Sedins, but guess what? They're still going to go to the hard area.
Exactly.
They're not going to fold.
They got 3
And that's
points.
Right, and they didn't win the Stanley Cup, so I don't want people to think that I'm saying they won the Stanley Cup, but they got to a Stanley Cup final.
They're close.
So there's always something to be said for that, and they got to a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup final. So I think you're asking this Toronto team to do things that really they're just not really capable of doing, or they don't want to do. You know what I
bring
mean?
in a
So-
new coach, Andy. You had Sheldon Surrey, Sheldon Keefe.
Keefe.
I love Sheldon Surrey too, by the way. But we love Keeper too. Keeper was more chill, mild-mannered. That didn't work out. Now you got Berube, and he's more hardcore. Well, we got to trade him. Who the fuck are you going to get now? Who? The perfect guy? Who is it? No, it's not on Chief. It's on the players. It's the players that need to figure this damn thing out. Even Nylander the other day in a post-game, he's like, oh, well, the hardest thing is to score, so we're not really worried. He said something so stupid.
Hey, Cam, I was there for Brad Treliving's press conference, and it's just the timing of it that I was there for it because he meets with the media every quarter or whatever.
I like him, though.
I don't get the sense that he and Chief are on the same page. That's just my read on it because he was saying some things, and then when Chief spoke later on that morning, some of the media were like relaying things that Brad had said, and Chief was like disagreeing with Treliving, openly. And the more people I talk to around there and kind of dig into it, I think Treliving's the one who is in trouble, not Chief. And maybe Chief is the guy, listen, this is the way it's going. It's only a matter of time. If he's not in trouble now, maybe at this point next year, and at some point, maybe you move on from him. And I know the finances aren't always critical for a team like Toronto. They can afford to hire you and let you go, I guess, a year into your deal.
Yeah, it doesn't take on your
people
cap.
upstairs with the Maple Leafs at the highest level, above their general manager, I think still really support Craig Berube. And so you just wonder, is Brad Treliving truly the one that is in trouble and not Chief? And there's too much focus on Chief right now, where maybe the focus should be on the general manager, and you just wonder when that changes.
Well, the general manager tried to fill some holes. Who'd they get that? Who's that kid? D-man that's pretty skilled. And they got the Dakota Joshua.
Pan?
What's that? No, he's hurt.
You don't. I know.
The young,
come on.
the Mangiapelli or whatever his name is.
Oh.
He's okay. But then you get a guy like Dakota Joshua, who was here in St. Louis, who I actually really like. He actually reached out to me for fighting lessons. And I hooked him up with Jesse Finney. And he's a big, tough kid. He does have cancer. Is that right? He's got testicular cancer.
He had it.
Had it? What's that?
Are you trying to say that it's back?
I thought that it was back. I could have sworn I read that, and he's still playing.
He had it, and he overcame it.
Okay, he overcame it.
You're breaking some like groundbreaking news here, Cam.
Well, if he already had it, then okay, then he already had it. But my point is, they brought him in to be tough, and then they play the Canadians the other night and just get fucking pushed around. And like Dakota Joshua, like go out there and fight the guy, fight Arbor Jackeye, but he just throws him down. And listen, I've done this 500 times. I know when you don't want to fight, you throw the guy down. That's kind of what it was. You might as well go toe-to-toe with him. But I'll give a shout-out to Dakota Mermis, who's here.
Oh, yeah,
his daddy fucking coach, man. We love you, Dakota. He went toe-to-toe with Jackeye's brother. That was a damn good fight. He's been hurt so much, comes in the game, getting her ass kicked. Dakota Joshua doesn't do anything, and Mermis goes toe-to-toe with the Jackeye brother. Toe-to-toe. He threw down, he put his fucking head down, and he threw bombs. Dakota Murmus, a little shout out from the Cam and Strick podcast, baby. St. Louis tough right there. Love you, dude.
Hell yeah. Dude, he's from Alton, Illinois. Okay?
Shit kicking.
And he's a shit kicker. And this guy is tough. And his dad's a shit kicker.
Yeah,
too,
dude.
Okay.
Good
who
hockey
coached
people.
Coached for a long time. And he was a teacher. And
Yep.
And I talked to Dakota for a while there in Toronto, man. He's always been one of my favorites. 1994, man, like one of the best players. He and Chase Berger were like the two best 1994s, man. And he's just a great kid. And for him to be able to grind it out and still play in the National Hockey League. And this guy, he was, he had a great junior career. I think he won like 3 Memorial Cups or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Teams were always loading up, and they always wanted Dakota Joshua on their or Dakota Murmuth on their team. So he's had a great career, great run, and he can still play. He played well against St. Louis the other night. And what you saw from him in that fight with Jack Eye, dude, he can do that. And he's comfortable in that situation, as you can see. If you want to throw it down, this guy will go toe-to-toe with you. Then he brings that Alton, Illinois toughness.
Alton, baby. Shit kicking, fucking blue collar, industrial Alton. That's he's. I remember him working out with me and Patty and Bolig and all those guys when we're working out. He'd come in and kick ass. He wasn't like Andy where he came in and talked to everybody and did no. Talk to everybody and we're trying to get our workout. No. Dakota was in there leading the charge, doing this thing, man. So we're giving him a little shout out. And trust me, Dakota, just so you know, your coach likes that. Just so you know, they all like that. The whole city likes that. Shit, you got to do that a couple more times, baby. They're going to take care of you in Toronto for a long time.
Mike Van Ryn likes it too, who runs their D's, though.
Yeah, no doubt. So Toronto's in a jam.
Listen, so Toronto, they do have some hard-nosed guys, right? I mean, it's just, they're also hurt, man. And I think when you're, like, truly evaluating the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you don't have Austin Matthews, who's hurt. And now they're talking about, hey, our team's not being upfront with the timetable of when guys are going to recover from injury. Are they, like, not being honest about it? Like, you're saying he's going to be back by this date, and then he's not back. So you have some different people kind of bringing that topic up, that maybe teams aren't being upfront with injuries. But, like, I think for the most part, they are, man. Yeah, exactly.
But who's up front with injuries? Let's be honest here. Like, we didn't even know what the fuck happened to Dylan Holloway for months after the season, unless you're, embedded into the organization, you know what's going on.
Right.
But the Leafs weren't good when they had all the guys healthy. They weren't. They were the same team. And like Austin and Nylander, they're not.
Their goaltenders hurt.
Stolarz.
Tanev hurt.
I know, but they weren't hurt, and they were still bad.
I got you, dude. But all I'm saying is, if I'm a coach, and we're losing consistently, and I see, my dog that I need to carry us
no shit
on the sideline, I'm just like, can we please get healthy? Like, you're asking them to be the team that they have been in the past without those guys out of the lineup. I mean, you can maybe get away with it in the short term, but when these guys miss and they're out long term, it's just not realistic.
But on the other hand, Andy,
step up and replace them.
On the other hand, man, you got to be realistic too. You had a 9-year run where you're trying to go for it, and you didn't. You had a 9-year run with superstars on that team, loaded, and you couldn't figure it out. Now guys are getting shipped away. Guys are getting a little bit older. Guys are getting a little bit banged up. It might be tough. It might be a tough situation in Toronto for a while now. And you might have to accept it.
I said it at the beginning of the year, watching them play, like one of the first 2 games of the year. And they were on TV and watching them. And I'm like, I just don't see this team being that good. They're not that good. So I think we overvalue who they are. And Matthews,
I agree.
Listen, he hasn't been the same guy since he, was hurt a few years back. He had a great year where he almost scored 70. He just hasn't been able to get back to that level. And now he's going to be the captain of Team USA. We talked about that before, too. So,
is he for sure?
From what I understand, he's already been told that he's the captain.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Listen, if you don't have a C on your jersey and you're like, well, I'm not the captain, I can't pump up the energy, and no, just fucking do it. Like it's a short 2 week.
People are saying like Toronto, they don't have a dog.
There it is.
And they refer to like McDavid. McDavid is a dog.
Yeah,
man.
you're damn right he is, and so is Draisaitl. They're dogs.
But I didn't hear people saying that when Austin Matthews is scoring 60 goals.
Yeah, but he's not now.
They thought he had a dog.
But he's not now. But he's not getting in people's faces afterwards. Like,
Oh,
people,
hell no.
He's not doing anything.
Even back then, they weren't.
But McDavid will be like, "Fuck you, get the fuck out of my face."
Yeah.
Like he gets pissed. I've never seen Austin Matthews really mad. I look at his face and look, and all you Toronto fans are gonna be like, "You guys don't watch." Okay, fine. I see what I see. It is what it is. We have to evaluate every single team. I see what I see. So don't act like we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. But like he doesn't have that fucking McDavid going crazy. Like he doesn't have that. So you have to accept that. But who does have that? That leads your team. I don't know. Nylander doesn't have it. He's just kind of like, I'm going to take my shirt off afterwards. I'm going to do a press conference. My hair's going to look great. I'm going to get my cookies. And it is what it is. This is kind of the attitude I feel like he has. They don't have that motherfucker. Although John Tavares is that way, but he's not very vocal. You know, he's not getting people's faces. But God, sometimes when you win a Stanley Cup, you need a motherfucker that plays a lot, like a Bennett, like a Matthew. Barkov doesn't take shit from anybody. Like the guys that win, man, like they're in your face, they're dogging it, they're fucking taking hits, they're pissed, they're bleeding, they're doing this. I don't know.
And Tampa had that too, man.
Damn right they did. The Blues had that. Pittsburgh had it. Colorado has it with McKinnon. And Ratinen, who's fucking crushing guys right now, by the way.
Dude, what is going on with him?
Can I give you an example? Okay, the first hit when Patrick Wall went nuts in the Island. Was that in the Island? Doesn't matter.
It was in Dallas.
Okay, it was in Dallas. But Randy got tripped up. He got tripped up just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Mayfield, man.
Scotty, our boy from St. Louis. What's up, baby? Yeah. Scotty, I love you, homie. Tripped up just a little bit. Didn't even mean to, but he got tripped up. His momentum went forward and ran Romanoff. And Patrick Wall went nuts. Says he's going to fucking threaten him 4 months down the line. And I love Patrick Wall. And I love his fiery attitude. But I rather a player do that than a coach. I rather a player get pissed and threaten 4 months down the line. What are you going to do, Patrick Wall? Not to mention, you fought Chris Osgood. I think you got your ass kicked. Mike Vernon kicked your ass. I love your passion. You're a 50. You're in your 50s. Rantanen will probably kick your ass anyway. So calm down a little bit. If you want anybody to threaten anybody on that team, have one of your fucking players do it. And that's 4 months down the line.
All right. So you're saying that the coaches shouldn't insert themselves into the game like that?
What are you going to do?
You shouldn't be. I do agree with you. I think there's a line that you can't cross, I think, as a head coach. And when you're yelling at players on the other team, talking to players on the other team, I think you got to be careful with that. Now, Rantanen, I mean, and then he hit the Coronado kid from Calgary.
From behind.
I mean, it's just like, you know, he gets an automatic game for that.
That's fine.
Because there's a rule, you know, in the NHL where if you get 2 game misconduct in a 41 game span, after the second one, you're automatically booted for a game.
As you should be.
And he should have been booted. He's
lucky
he didn't get more than a game. He's lucky he didn't
hit.
get more than a game, especially after he did that. It made him look guilty from the first instance.
I agree with you.
To be honest with you.
But he did get tripped up.
I know we're all evaluating it, and he did get bumped by Mayfield. He got bumped.
He got bumped.
Felt like maybe he could have controlled himself a little bit. But considering he got bumped, we gave him the benefit of the doubt in the Islanders situation.
Georgie did.
But when you do that the next game or 2 games later, whatever it was, and it's that worst situation, to me, I almost have to go back and revisit the first one and say, hey, did we give him too much of the benefit of the doubt there? Who knows, man? I mean, maybe he could have held up, and
you're right.
It could have prevented the D-man there with the Islanders from getting seriously injured. Who's out?
I gave him 4, 5, 6 months. I gave him leeway on the first one. Then I saw the second one. You're absolutely right. I'm like, ooh, but when a coach goes off like that, I remember playing in New York. Torts was a coach who we love. And I barely was playing, and I remember I hit a kid, and we're sitting in a face-off right next to their bench, and Torts goes, you motherfucker, Jansen, I turn around, I go, I'll fuck you up. Get out here. Come on. I'll fuck you up. And their whole bench laughed their ass off. And he's just like, and they laughed their ass off, knowing like, shut the fuck up, Torts. Like, we respect you, but what are you going to do? Bring out somebody. Bring him out. Bring Coltonor out. Let's go. I'll go. Shut the fuck up. I'll bag you up. Don't fucking chirp me like that. Have one of your guys fucking chirp me. Why are you chirping me? I got 3 minutes of ice time. I hit one guy, and you're threatening me? I'll fuck you up. And their whole bench was laughing. He's cool. So he's just passionate, man. But on the other hand, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You get my drift?
I love that.
All right.
Yeah, dude. And I love Rantanen as a player, man.
So do I.
I love the fact that he's actually playing physical. Like,
I know.
what he's doing, but you know, he's so big and he's so strong. You just gotta be careful.
Don't hit
But
people
I
from
can't-
behind.
I can't just after he did that to the next game, dude. I gotta look at the first hit a little differently. I mean, he got clipped by Mayfield, but it wasn't like his body. He had no control of his body when he went in for.
He was going hard.
He probably could have let up a little bit.
Okay, I don't know, but the second one, suspend him. That's fine. But I don't mind that. Listen, but I do look at hitting from behind different than an elbow sometimes, or maybe a little bit of late hit, or you hit somebody from behind. When you see their numbers the whole time when you are connecting with your angle, then that's on you. It's on you. But if you catch a guy because you got him, your shoulder caught him in the jaw because he moved at the last second, okay, I'm going to give you leeway. Or you get a guy and maybe you pass buck and you're still committed and you hit him a little late, fine, not good, but I'm still going to give you a little bit of leeway on that. But if you see a guy's numbers the whole time when you're connecting and you're following your way and your path into a hit and you still crush him from behind looking at his numbers, I feel like that's unacceptable. I feel like that's what they do in ties tournaments. And if somebody hit fucking Ty from behind, when they see his number in the corner, when they're fucking making their move to try to make a hit, that's unacceptable. You would say that's unacceptable when they're 9 years old. That's unacceptable in the NHL for certain.
100%.
So,
And I may jump on the ice and go crazy on live barn too.
don't you... We got to think about the brand. You're always worried about me ruining the brand.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't want you ruining the brand. Not to mention,
Hey,
mom could kick your ass. Imagine you. Imagine a mom ragdolled you. Oh Jesus, Andy. Oh Jesus. Oh my.
what do you do
I
in
would
that
laugh.
situation? If a woman grabs you and she's throwing haymakers on you, what do you do?
Push her out of the way.
Really? You can't put your hands on her, dude.
The only way I'd put my hands on a woman, if some woman tried to beat up Kate, or some.
Oh my God.
I don't give a fuck. You touch me,
Really?
get the fuck out of my face. You touch my goddamn wife. I don't give a fuck who you are. She's off limits. She doesn't do anything. She does not chirp anybody. You do something to my wife, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck. That's it. Chirp me all you want.
Remember you almost got beat up by that lady at Patty Maroon's party?
She choked me. That
Dude,
woman.
this lady like attacking Cam.
So we're at
Attacking Cam.
We're at Pat Maroon's Stanley Cup party, and we're partying like no other, okay? And all our buddies are there, all the Oakville fucking boys, Patty's fucking family, all the Oakville, all my buddies, Andy, we're all there. And then the people that hosted the event, which is in the middle of nowhere, this gigantic house, their sons had all their friends there that we didn't know. And things got out of control at the end of the night. There was a clash between, I don't know, Phil Maroon started a fight, but I remember like laughing like, oh, these guys are fighting. And then there's more fights. And I remember going over like, I got to break this up. So I remember walking over and I'm even partying with their group. I was partying with them in the barn and going back and forth. So I already kind of made connections with all those guys. And I already talked to the mom and dad that owned the whole thing. So I was cool with all of them. We're talking. And all of a sudden I walked over to break this fight up. And this woman with her long fuck nails grabs me by the throat and goes, what are you doing? I go, get off me. I go, I'll fuck your husband up right now. Don't you ever put your hands on. And Kate's like, you know who he is? Oh, it was god-awful. God-awful situation, man. Cops were there, but we knew the cops. It was crazy. Crazy experience. One of the coolest nights of our life, though, Andy. We had a good time, didn't we? That's when me and you connected.
Unbelievable time.
That's when Andy and I really, truly connected. And then a couple days later, I'm like, let's start a podcast. And we did.
Yeah. And Ryan
That's
O'Reilly
how
was
shit
our
goes
first
down.
guest.
And Ryan O'Reilly's our first guest.
And the Predators are terrible. Cam.
They're terrible.
They're worse than any of these other teams we talk about.
They're
They're
terrible.
the worst team going. Would you trade for Steven Stamkos? Would you take a chance that he could rediscover?
No.
Okay.
$8 million?
I'm asking.
No.
I mean, I'm sure
Even if
they
they
would do
took
anything.
four, if it's $4 million, I don't know. Maybe
Would
on
you
a
take
power
a chance
play.
that he can rediscover his goal scoring and?
What
I don't
team-
know how you can.
What team am I?
Steven
What te-
Stamkos right now and blame the Tampa Bay Lightning, dude, for like moving on from.
Exactly.
I know it was sad, and he's like a legend there, but I don't know how you can look at it and be like, how could they do him like that?
Is that the
Like,
worst
dude,
contract in the NHL right now?
No,
What is?
there's some bad ones,
Which ones?
and he only signed a 4-year deal.
4 years? It's a
Well,
long
this is
way.
year 2 or 3 of it.
Is it 3? think it's 2.
2
isn't it?
years maybe. Yeah.
He's got 2 left at
2
$8
years
million. If I'm a contending team and they take
half.
if they take half, I'm like, yeah, sure, I could sprinkle him in here and there on the power play and keep him open for that one timer. Maybe if I have a fast team that's loaded and you need a guy to fucking throw one timers out and maybe talk to the guys who knows how to win, sure. But that's it. And even then, I don't know. You know what I mean?
They can't score goals.
Mm-mm.
Even our boy, their general manager, man,
Oh,
He's,
Barry, the bear dog.
Trotsky.
He's fucking calling him out, baby. What's
He's
up?
calling him out. He's losing his mind.
So the Vancouver Canucks, they send a memo out.
Yeah,
All our guys are available.
except for Hughes.
Yeah, but he's out too. He'll be gone.
He'd be gone.
He's gone.
He's
I mean,
gone.
listen, come to the grips with it right now, Vancouver.
Yes.
You just got to prepare yourself with it.
Got to.
Like, he is absolutely gone.
See ya.
Jim Rutherford is going to be gone at the end of the year, I think. And then we'll see what happens with their general manager. He could also be gone, but I think Jim Rutherford is going to be gone. You got to move on from him. And, you got to move on from a number of other players too, man. The only guy I'd want on that team, honestly, is
Yossi.
Sherwood,
Oh, no, my bad. Yeah, Sherwood. Kiefer, no doubt.
Vancouver. That's
Yeah.
who I want. You want to win a Stanley Cup, you get a player like him on your roster.
Yeah, no, I know.
That has other dogs already on it.
He's fast too. Like obviously you have to be fast to be able to hit consistently and lead the league in hits and whatnot. But I feel like every time he plays the Blues, that we're watching him with a microscope, he dominates the game and he gets breakaways on the penalty kill. Like he's just at the right spot. He crushes guys. He's got a little bit of touch to him. Like I like him. I like him a lot,
Yeah, but
man.
it's not even like the hitting. I mean, the hitting's like a bonus, like a cherry on top.
Sure.
He
It's a big
scores,
bonus.
man.
It's a big
And
bonus,
he does
though.
play with pace.
Does he fight?
Pedersen's actually having a better year than
Yes, he is.
has the last couple of years, but I still can't go too crazy. Where
Against
were you the last couple of years?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Are you playing at the level of your contract? No.
So what's JT Miller make?
Well,
Does he make
let's
9?
Check that.
Does he make 9?
He's over 9. He maybe at like 9.5. Let's double check that.
And Pedersen's 11.5.
Mhm.
Pedersen's having a better year. JT Miller is a lot of, we love him. And
He's at 8.
8, okay. So, there's a big difference, a big gap there. So if you're comparing Pedersen to JT Miller's had some bad optics in New York. I don't know what the fuck's happening in New York, but it ain't good.
I know.
But there's a couple clips where he's just dogging the fucking thing, and he's like, I'm not getting this, and he didn't battle on the wall. I don't know. I guess he was hurt at that particular situation because he's been injured past couple games. But people are like, Pedersen was the right choice. I don't know yet. Okay, we don't know yet. Pedersen's finally kicking into gear a little bit.
I don't think you can really question JT Miller's toughness or heart or dedication or commitment to playing. I know a couple of these plays, they look really bad, but the fact that he's out hurt right now makes you wonder how he was feeling in those situations. And they're just a bad team right now in New York. There's no other way to look at it. So I know what you're saying, but he's one of those guys, man. I would want him on my team.
So would
JT
I.
Miller, man.
8 million? Yeah, I'd take him on my team. But, you do got to call him out when you see a clip like that where he's just like,
Dude, 100%.
You got to call him out. And he knows that too. So, but good for Pedersen too, man. Like, we root for everybody. Like, we want everybody to, I don't want to see a guy get dogged. And you want guys to succeed as much as possible. But to compare the trade, letting JT go instead of Pedersen, I don't know where that's at yet, but right now it doesn't look too good for JT Miller. That's all. No big deal. Whatever.
It's
Lot
been a
of-
weird year, man.
So
in the
weird.
NHL. I don't know how many teams are actually good, to be honest with you.
Well,
Who's a good team? Colorado's a good team?
Colorado is a goddamn good team. I said that months ago, and you chirped me for it. You chirped me. Well, you said, who's going to win the cup? And I'm like, I think Colorado's got a good team. Although
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there anyway. But they do have a good team. They still got
They
monster players. They got the 2 best players in the world right now. I mean, McKinnon and McCarr are the 2 best players in the world as of right now, in my opinion. McDavid's right there. Is he playing as great? No. But McDavid takes games over, dude. He just does. He does. And Natchez is fucking good too.
And McDavid's going to end up leading the league in scoring again when it's all said and done. Remember, he was down like hovering around the bottom of the top 10, and people are like, he's having a down year. He's just not scoring, whatever. And then he just flips.
Look at his goals, Andy. Look what he does. He goes 100 miles an hour. He stick handles 100 miles an hour. And then when some of these D's step up to try to hit him, Andy, he puts them downtown fucking Chinatown and steps over him like, and still has the puck and makes a play and makes a play and makes a play and makes a play. Jesus Christ. I mean, he is a freak. What's that?
They're still out of the playoffs right now, but
who?
Edmonton.
Oh, yeah. Edmonton, yeah. Yeah, Edmonton's out.
They're no Anaheim, my new favorite team. Ottawa was my favorite team a couple years ago. I still like Ottawa, but Anaheim's now my favorite team in the league.
Good for them. No one even says anything about them. No one even says anything about. No one even talks about Joel Quenneville. No one's even. I don't see. I look at everything. Who's chirping who? Quenneville's name doesn't get brought up with anything. I think that's good. Let them just do their thing over there. Don't even bring his ass up. They don't even talk.
Is the league going to allow him to win the Jack Adams? Would people be able to handle that if he won the Jack Adams?
I would. You know how it is with people, man. And he fucked up, and we all know that. But he went through his shit, and now he's okay. And it is what it is, man. And if you really talk to people, if you know, like, ask somebody about Joel Quenneville. Ask anybody that we interview, that we talk to. I just talk to. I mean, there's even the people that work for the Blues. I go, who's your favorite coach? And they bring some guy. It's always Quenneville. He was so nice.
Oh, yeah.
He would talk to you. He talks to you like a normal person, not a fucking robot like you're some peasant.
It's been such a weird year because, early on, everyone's like, here comes Pittsburgh. They're back, and now you look and they're outside of the playoffs. Barely outside, but they're outside. Montreal got off to an unbelievable start.
They got banged up.
They're out, dude, and they're outside, right? They got a bunch of injuries right now. Tampa Bay had a terrible start. Now they're in first place in their division.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit's been able to hang on to it. Ottawa, they've been able to
Boston
win games without Brady, which has been really impressive. So Utah got off to a great start. Now they're in the second wild card. Vegas is in the wild card position. So it's just it's going to be interesting, man. This is going to be one of the years where I think it's going to take us down to the wire before we figure everything out.
But is Boston the biggest? Whoa. This year, Boston. With Geeky fucking having how many goals? He was tied with McKinnon. I don't know if we look at it right now, but he's up there in the league leading in goals. Like, do you look at Boston? We brushed them off early in the season. Like, no, everybody did. And all of a sudden, Boston's creeping through, figuring ways out to win hockey games. Geeky scoring goals. Yeah, a lot of parity in hockey right now, man. No one knows. No one's really. I mean, I guess Colorado, but it's pretty even. Even like Minnesota the other day, like fucking Kirill goes down, backhands it, does this, Zuccarello, blah, 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 blah. Just tic-tac-toe, sick-ass goals. They're back in the mix.
Dude, they're winning games.
They're winning games, man. The goaltending's been great.
They're 8-1-1 in the last 10. Hey, did I tell you that Laurie has a name for her podcast?
Laurie Rogan?
No, she's got a name for the podcast.
What's it called?
All the Things.
Sick. Can I give you an example of what she's going to say?
All the Things.
So I got up this morning and I went to exercise class. And me and the girls were like, what's going on today? So we went and got a mocha. And then we...
A mocha.
I mean...
A mocha. Did you follow her Instagram when she was here?
Lori?
You didn't miss a thing.
I followed. No, yeah, I know. I got it. I see everything. I know exactly what you're doing at all times.
Yeah.
I love it, though. I like when you guys post stuff. You know what I mean? I do.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about heading out to, Harlem, Queens, Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Where is... I'm here in the corporate area. I did walk all around, though, Cam. I will say, man, New York's a cool-ass city. I really enjoy it. I don't know if I'd want to live here full time, but I like it.
Of course you like it. You're there with $1 billion company on a private jet, staying in it for free, and you get to walk around and you have per diem. No shit, you like it. Go fucking buy a house there and live there and work there and see how you like it. It's a little different animal. It's a lot, man. We're Midwest boys, dude. That's a lot going on over there. You know what I mean? You ain't making enough money to fucking be cool in New York, homeboy, just so you know. You'll be having
How
rats
do
in
all
your...
these people live here, though?
They don't live luxuriously. There's a lot of millionaires in fucking New York, dude. There's a lot of money. Now, they might be leaving because of Mamdani, but we'll see what happens with him. You know what I mean? That
Who's
should be
that, the
interesting.
mayor?
Yep. You know what I mean?
Why? What's your problem with him? What's the deal?
Well, he doesn't, he wants to defund the police and, put the social workers in there to take care of the crime, which that will work out. So we'll see. Listen, you could chirp him all you want. We'll see how it goes down. And if it's a wake-up call, never to elect a socialist again. But when you are a handsome man and you come out and you're very well-spoken like he is, and you promise free things for people that are struggling in a city that fucking is hard to get up on, it's appealing to a lot of people. It's very, very appealing. So we'll see how this all goes. And I'm just, it doesn't affect us in any way. But New York is the center of everything in the world. So we need New York to be healthy as a country. So we'll see what happens with Mamdani. You can chirp all you want, but we'll have to see when push comes to shove, and he's trying to implement these things. Now, he doesn't even have the right to be able to fund a lot of this stuff. The governor has to do that. So they even said no, we're not going to do that. So I don't know what's going to happen. But when you promise people free things, it's appealing.
Okay, you're getting fact checked like crazy, just so you know.
Why? I was pretty good.
Roll. You've been getting corrected nonstop. Dude.
By what?
Whatever you say. Typically, if it's non-hot, people will correct you.
Name me one.
Well, I can't think of it right now.
Exactly. So shut the fuck up.
There's been several.
I didn't even chirp the guy. I gave him a chance. I go, let's see what happens with him. That's exactly what he has in his campaign.
Okay,
you don't pay attention to anything,
fine.
so you don't fucking know. But I pay attention to this kind of stuff. So you got to give him a chance. People, listen, that's America. They elected him. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Okay? You know who he was going against? Cuomo, touchy fuck poo Cuomo. During COVID, he put all the fucking elderly and they all died in the fucking thing because they couldn't get out of it. He fucked up, and he didn't even campaign. He took off weeks whenever he needed to campaign. So that's what you fucking get. Now Mamdani comes in, he's campaigning his ass off, and he's telling people they're going to get free shit. That's appealing. And he's got the look, and he could speak. And so that's why that's America. So that's what you get, and now we're going to have to sort this out and see how it goes. I think that's pretty fair what I said. So you say I'm getting fact-checked. I think I'm pretty fair what I just said.
Fine. So listen, I've had bagel and lox.
Oh God, this
I've had a number of different things. Okay, bagel and lox. I've had. I haven't had the pizza yet, Cam.
Andy's like, I went to New York. I got a bagel. Cool. Go somewhere. Do something. Go to fucking Cats. Go fucking somewhere.
Really?
Cool. Yes. Go get a pastrami, baby. Shit, boy. It's wasted for you to be in New York. It's just a waste of fucking time for Andy to be in New York. He doesn't eat.
How could you say
I told
that?
you he orders food and he takes a picture I'm doing things. Then he sends it back and gets his money back and leaves.
That's not true.
That's true.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Just for the Instagram story.
Bryan Berard, man, he was a Islanders legend back in the day.
Hey,
played for the Rangers too.
We know Bryan Berard's been on a bunch of podcasts, but we dig into him, dude. We don't play around when we interview people, and they know that.
No.
So we dig in. So at the very beginning, we talk about what's going on with him and this event that they got going on. But we dig into his story to the fullest. So I think you'll really appreciate that. I don't know if these other podcasts, when they interviewed him, I think they're just talking about things he's got going on. We really dug into his past because he's got a lot of stuff. And he was open. He was totally cool. He's an awesome speaker. And he didn't hold back at all. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy this.
All right. Camster Podcast is brought to you by Stiefel, Cam. You know that.
Damn right.
We love our friends over at Stiefel. Stiefel, one of America's fastest growing wealth management and investment banking firms. Rooted in St. Louis, where success meets success, baby.
Ah, yes. Yes,
Stiefel.
yes. Keep your money, make money.
Yes. Firstform.com/CamAndStrick. Use our link and use it today. Cam, there are so many different ways to turn your holiday season into the best holiday season ever with First Form's help.
What, being healthy?
Being healthy, dude.
Exactly, dude. Feeling good every damn day. damn
Hey,
good.
What are we doing? We're going to have our like listener of the month. So here's the deal. If you order First Form and then you send us what you order, then you will be in the sweepstakes for the listener of the month, where you tell us everything that you like about the podcast, your favorite things about the podcast, who you are, what you do. We're going to talk all about you on that specific episode.
We're going to
But you
pump
got to
your
use
tires
our
up.
link, dude.
Yeah.
You got to use our link, firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Get your holiday supplies, whatever it is, dude. I even have suitcases from First Form. But
Badass.
you can get the protein, you can get the
Yep.
meat sticks, you can get the bars, you can get the energy drinks, the vitamins, everything. We all know what First Form does to take your life in the right direction. We want to go in the right direction, okay? So you can do that with firstform.com/Cam and Strick, but you got to use our link. Send us a picture of what you order. You're entered for the listener of the month, and then we're going to pump your tires on an episode coming up.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. They got damn good stuff, dude. Anything you need. You want to be healthy, you go to First Form.
Yeah.
You want to retire, they got some badass shit too. So check them out. But always put firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Help us out with that, guys. You know how it is. And by the way, real quick, I know a lot of you guys listen on Spotify and whatnot. Go to YouTube and like and subscribe on YouTube. And you can see us. It's hilarious. It's funnier when you see us going back and forth. I'm just telling you. So check that out and like and subscribe. Nah, me.
Yeah, I've met a
Nah,
lot of
me.
friends. I've met a lot of people here in New York. Just
Oh,
from
yeah, I
walking
bet.
especially in Hell's Kitchen, Cam. That's where Joe Mullen's from. You know that?
No, I didn't.
He's from Hell's Kitchen. He grew up playing on roller skates back in the day. I love the city parks. The ice rinks are out there. I went to Rockefeller Center. Very Christmassy. Loving all the Christmas decorations and everything that's going on around
I don't
here,
like how
Cam.
you say it's Christmas. It's holiday
you can't-
season,
Oh.
sir. It's the holidays, sir.
Is that offensive?
Mm-hmm. Now,
The holiday season.
New York and Kate loves it so much, man. We lived up there to go in New York City when it's
Is
Christmas
there a
time.
better place to be in the world for Christmas than New York City, dude?
You go to
Be honest.
You go to Nottingham and you'll have these the cutest fucking little holiday. Like you seem like you're back in the 1500s with all. It's really
I'll
really
give
cool.
you that.
I'm
Hey,
telling
can I
you.
give a shout out to Long Island? I actually liked it there. It reminded me of like Mayberry from back in the day.
He likes expensive Long Island. No shit, you do. You couldn't afford living there anyway, dude. He likes Cape May and Long Island and the Hamptons. It's really nice in the Well, no shit, motherfucker. Go buy a house in Long Island. No shit, you like it. I
love it.
like these
All the
apartments.
manicured
I like these
yards and
apartments right up by Central Park in Billionaires Row. It's really nice. Well, no shit. You ain't got that money. You be living in a fucking one-bedroom bullshit apartment with fucking rats everywhere. That's what you be doing. You're lucky you're living in the Midwest. You're
Fine.
lucky.
I'm just giving a shout out to Long Island, man. All the people living out there, it's like Mayberry to me. It reminds me of what the America looked like back in like the 50s and 60s.
Is that what you like? You like America back in the 50s and 60s?
Like Peelsy did. We love Peelsy. He's like, we need to go back to the 60s.
Oh, I actually talked about that on my radio show the other day. Somebody brought it up. I go, remember when Peelsy's like, why can't we get back to the 50s, 60s, and 70s? I'm like, I looked at the comments and I'm like, oh, yeah, here they come. Oh,
so
man.
funny.
That's fucking hilarious. It's all good, man. New York's cool to get in and out of, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
If I made a ton of money, I'd certainly have an apartment on Billionaires Row if I had a shit ton of
I'm
money,
with
but
you.
I don't. So I live in Missouri, and I appreciate it.
Blue Note
Imagine
Roofing,
our
baby.
houses in New York, like somewhere even close. They'd be
Yeah.
fucking $10 million.
I know.
You know?
Blue Note Roofing.
Talk
David
to him.
Novak, 314-920-5713. 314-920-5713.
I talked to him yesterday on the phone.
Oh, good.
Me and David Boy.
Were you
Talked
trying to
him.
get some flower boxes still? at your
No, he
house?
just called me, man. We talked a couple things. I need to help him out with a couple things, and we shot the shit about the Blues a little bit. You know, he's a
Very
diehard
good.
Blues fan, and he's
Yeah, he is.
frustrated. He's frustrated too, just like everybody else. But
I know.
you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
He's the man, though. He'll
He's
give you
the
that
fucking man.
free estimate. Works with all the big-time
Yep.
insurance companies, roofing, siding, gutters, soffit, fascia,
Fight you.
whatever
And
it
there's-
is you're looking for. Call our boy David Novak and call him today. 314-920-5713 for Blue Note roofing, baby. SparksHockey.com, Cam. If you're looking for the perfect hockey gift for the hockey player in your family, is there a better gift than a Sparks skate sharpener?
No, not at all. Because listen, it's a nightmare fuel. If you're a hockey player, you're a kid, you have nightmares about your skates not being sharp. You have nightmares about missing equipment. It's just all coexists, and it dwells on you. Get a fucking skate sharpener just in case you step on a screw in one of these rinks up in Canada or in Michigan when you already paid a lot of money and you step on a screw and no one's working the goddamn skate sharpener because it's closed because you're playing at 7 o'clock in the morning. Bring the fucking Sparks so your kid doesn't toe pick and look like a fool on the ice. Even though he's got 40 goals this year, he's fucking falling all over the place because the skates aren't sharp and scouts are watching. It's just worth having. It's worth having the skate sharpener at Sparks. Don't have Seth do it because he'll creep you out.
Oh, my God.
And your family.
People are sending me pictures of Seth sharpening their skates and saying, I knew I made a mistake the second I walked in.
Of course. No doubt about it, man. He's got animal bones in his basement. He killed 3 people, and the parents are like, he was a good kid. What? Look at his fucking room. Look at his history on his computer. How to hide dead bodies. He's killing fucking cats in the neighborhood. Get out of here. Stupid.
If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, but you didn't make it in New York. Just because you went on a trip.
Yes, I have.
No, you think Andy thinks
he
he conquered New York because he got flown in it and he did a couple hits on. Get out of here. Get on with yourself. Get on with yourself. You made it in St. Louis.
I love Madison Square Garden, too.
Oh, yeah, man. The first place I ever played, my first game ever, man. My parents were right there watching me play. I love playing there. Had a big brawl there. Had some badass fights there. Scored a goal in Madison Square Gardens that Tim Peel actually let me have because I kind of kicked it in. Badass.
Yeah.
Love it.
I know. It's a great spot, man. I love it, too.
Well, of course.
SparksHockey.com. Use our promo code Cam and Strick. It'll save you more money than Black Friday and Cyber
Monday.
So
I ain't messing with that shit.
Get your son or daughter a Sparks.
Yep. Whoa! What'd you just wait? Let's talk again.
I know my my AirPods just went out.
Wow, you sound 20 times better. God damn it! I fucking told you.
That's so funny.
No, it's not.
All right. Well, anyway, SparksHockey.com. Use our promo code Cam and Strick. It'll save you more money than Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Okay.
You son of a bitch. No. Now I'm mad.
Okay, True Float, baby. That'll make you happy.
Yes, it does. Because those heated chairs.
TRU Float. That'll make you happy.
Those heated chairs are badass too, man. They are. They were great for Halloween. They're going to be great if you want to go out when it's like 50 degrees outside and it gets cold at night. You want to make a fire. Get those heated chairs. You get the coolers, man. You can get them custom made. You can put our logo on it. You can put our faces on it. It's hilarious. Check that out. True Float. Shit kicking in Edmonton. Alberta dudes.
I love it, man. True Float, TRU. Check out their Instagram. Get the Cam and Strick logo on there, unless you want to put your business logo, your family logo, create your own logo, whatever it is you want. And the coolers are incredible. I've got several.
Cooler.
I've got so many coolers, dude.
I know. You need to give me more. And he hoards everything I told you guys. He's probably hoarding checks, too. I need to come over and look around. I should do it when you're away.
Oh, my God. How dare you?
I'm going to tell Lori, I got to come over and get something real quick.
I got security,
I'm going to
buddy.
snoop around.
I got security.
I'm going to snoop around your house.
Yeah, okay. Security. All right, so check that out and do it today. True Float. Check out their Instagram page. All right, let's listen to Bryan Berard, man. Great conversation. Loved having him on. Really interesting story, and he joins us now on the Cam and Strick podcast, baby.
Let's go.
The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by First Form, baby. Use our link and do it today. www.firstform.com/camandstrick.
Get jacked now. They are the real deal.
Get that protein, check out the apparel, eat those bars, and drink those energy drinks. Firstform.com/camandstrick.
Yeah.
Now on to the interview.
So you've got a hockey academy going on? I thought you were like a financial advisor or something.
No, I was doing some business development with that. Still do back in Rhode Island, but I met Sheldon probably about 2 years ago now. I met him through Joffrey Lupo. A bunch of guys moved out to Aspen during COVID, and I saw what he was doing with his program and stuff. So it worked out great.
So
wait. You say you got 40 acres near Aspen? Is that what you're saying?
It's down in Carbondale, Sheldon. Kind of little by little bought 2 properties with the family right in Carbondale. So big part of the community. This will be a one-stop shop. So we're basically right now it's a youth organization called Colorado Extreme. We have. Sheldon's dream was kind of, start for his kids. He's got 5 kids under the age of 10 or under the age of 11 now. He thought like maybe 50, 60 skaters would show up. It was, free hockey for all. And now we're up to about 600 kids, anywhere from ages 4 right up to ages 14.
Okay.
But it's kind of broken, just so you guys understand, it's broken in 2 pieces. We have Colorado Extreme, which is a nonprofit. That's what the big alumni game is for. And then the CXA, which is Colorado Extreme Academy, that's going to launch. It's launched already for the school part, but we're going to launch the whole full hockey academy in 27-28, just so you guys can kind of get that.
Cool. I got you. So like Sheldon, who's Sheldon? And this is kind of like, we see these hockey academies popping up all over. They have TPH here in St. Louis, where it's academics. You can go there for schooling as well. So are you guys affiliated with any of the AAA programs out there? Are you trying to develop high-level players or just trying to make it, like a fun kind of novice level hockey academy for kids?
Both. Great question. Both. We'll always, our main goal is always have a place for the kids to play, but we are going to develop AAA. We'll probably start at U13. Obviously, we all know the laws out here in Caja. They're not easily to deal with. So we get some, with USA Hockey too, they'll hopefully help. There could be the development league, or if we want to play for the national title. Sheldon brought me in. I have experience. We started the Mount St. Charles Academy. That's kind of where I went to school. And myself and Brian Boucher kind of helped that program get off the ground about 5 years ago, U18 through U14. So we got a little bit of experience, and that's exactly what we're looking. We want to compete with the Mounts, the Shaddocks, the BKs of the world in the academy. So that's our goal.
I love it. Yeah.
Hell yeah,
we
man.
send a lot of kids from St. Louis out to Mount St. Charles. We have almost 1 kid a year there.
Really?
I mean, I think we had 2 or 3 kids on the roster last year on their U16 team. So
yeah, the program has taken off. I mean, it's funny because the facilities are absolutely they need new rinks. Let's put it that way.
I heard
new
that.
dorm and stuff. Yeah, it's an old school, but I mean, it's right in the heart. It's only an hour south of Boston, so they attract a lot of scouts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a good program. So that's exactly what we want to do. We want to kind of be, the mount of the west of the Mississippi, and really just start recruiting kids out here in the Rocky Mountain District, and that will take off hopefully in 2027-28.
So are you on the ice? Are you coaching? Are you the lead hockey instructor? Like, what's your role in the academy?
The academy will be president, kind of overlooking things, but yes, we'll be on the ice. We just hired Steve Breer as well, who has been in the NHL forever with the Leafs, the Seattle Kraken goalie coach. So he's been a huge help for us. So we'll be a big part of that. But right now, our big focus, basically, again, thank you guys for having me. But our big focus right now is this big event coming up. It's our NHL alumni event. This year it's our 3rd year we've done it. This year we're adding the fantasy camp piece, which is great. So we got guys, just the fantasy camp on Friday. So the whole weekend, guys, is December 11th through the 14th. We're going to open up a big party December 11th at Belly Up. So hopefully maybe you guys can come out, but be a great time. We get Dustin Lynch performing. And Friday, we get some epic snowmobile rides for our fantasy campers up on top of Aspen Mountain. Sheldon's got about 15 sleds up there, which is epic. It's a really cool event. And then we're going to have a fantasy game on Friday about 4 p.m. We'll probably have about 8 NHLers on each side. For the campers, we got Marc-André Fleury and one net, and Lundqvist in the other. So
never heard of him.
Well, yeah, exactly. Won't be too many goals scored, but it's gonna be awesome. And then obviously we have the big outdoor game. That's all alumni. We play the Avs alumni. That's Saturday at 3 p.m. So the whole weekend this is our big. Yeah, it's a marathon weekend. It's for the boys that can hang. That's for sure. But it's all about raising money, and Sheldon and his family has stepped up. They basically have paid for this all until now. So we're asking for a lot of help for just to keep growing the sport, outside of Aspen and then breaking down financial barriers. We all know hockey's not a middle class sport anymore, so we need a lot of help.
Well, if you need some extra toughness, Andy will go up there and play with the alumni as well.
Hey.
That'd be great. You guys are more than welcome.
I didn't know what to say.
God damn. Perfect time to take a drink.
Yeah, what are you drinking there? What do you got there? Electrolytes? God dang.
Exactly. Electrolytes. A little under the weather, too, so I even threw some extra vitamin C in there.
Oh, good.
Man, I was looking you up, man. Like, God,
hey,
you had a hardcore.
We do hit record when we just go. So, I don't know if we made that
good.
clear, but we're all good,
we don't fuck around, but... Man, just looking you up, man. God damn, you went through a lot of shit playing. You did a lot of ups and downs, and comebacks and all kinds of stuff. How you feeling right now, man? How's your body holding up?
The body sucks, to be honest, but to be back, you know how it is. I retired in 2009, 2010, played a year over in Russia, which was a blast, a lot of fun, but the body was done. And that's and I was kind of tired of hockey, tired of politics, and then kind of took a little bit of break, spent about 3-4 years in Manhattan, kind of having some fun. And then my nephew kind of got me going. I don't know if you saw that the other night, big knockout in the USHL. My young nephew, Bryan Berard, he's only 16. He's playing for the Phantoms. He had a big knockout the other night, one punched a kid, which was great. So he's the one
that'll
that kinda,
circulate in my algorithm. Trust me.
I figured that. So
Yeah.
Bryan Berard, but he got me he got a fire lit in my butt again to play, just to kind of get involved with the kids in what we do. We love the game, and that's why I'm sitting here, is because of hockey, and to come out here and so Sheldon Wilitsky was doing with Colorado Extreme was a no brainer for me. So I'm out here trying to giving back to the kids, and then we got the big academy coming up, which will be great.
Wasn't Brody the kid that went viral in that locker room video years ago?
Yeah, that's when he's
that
crying.
him?
That's him exactly.
And now he's in the
grown up. Now
USHL.
he's grown up.
He's
He's an
older.
underage player in the USHL. He's a big, tough defenseman. So
right, good.
it's fun to watch.
Yeah, so let me ask you this, because you've been through so much and you were such a phenom coming up and first
Yeah.
overall pick and all of that. And then with everything that went down, like, did you hate the game? Like, I mean, how did you rediscover your passion for the game to want to get back in? Like, where was your mindset and your relationship personally with the game after you left as an NHL player?
Great question. I mean, honestly, a little pissed off for sure. I mean, you look in hindsight, you have injuries, but that's part of the game. If I would have kept playing, I mean, my goal was to reach, I was one of those guys, I wish I could have played the 40, but things happen in the game. I wasn't bitter towards the game. I mean, again, I'm sitting here because of hockey. That's really all I know, and my life is hockey, but it was just more of the antics of just battling through injuries and PT and, doctors screwing up and things like that. And just kind of just got tiring. So it was good to retire for the body, but again, we always miss the locker room and being part of the guys. So
How's your eyesight? I think that's a question that people want to know right off the bat.
No eyesight. It's kind of like we kind of made things up that I had a little vision to come back and play. But once my brain once my good eyes open, shuts my whole right side down. And it's actually a good thing, to be honest. You can joke around, but if you have a good night out with a little bit of, some pops and I'm a little hungover in the morning, my blood pressure for some reason picks up a little vision in my right eye, and it screws me up even worse. It screws up my equilibrium and things like that. So I make sure I had a kind of once with the eye injury, I had to come. I couldn't play any more guilty games. I couldn't really drink much the night before.
You said you had 7 surgeries on that, and you mentioned the doctors fucking shit up. Did they mess something up with the eye too when they were doing surgery?
It wasn't the eye. It was more my lower back. The doctors kind of screwed things up a little bit. The eye was just kind of trying to get as much vision as they could back into, and basically just to save my retina is what they tried to do. And it just couldn't. There's too much damage. It sat in the blood too long, and basically the stick hit me too hard.
So the incident when it happened, obviously Marion Hosa's stick. Like, where are you at with that? Like, are you able to talk about it and not have flashbacks? Are you okay with the mental part of it, or is it too traumatic for you to even get into sometimes?
No, I've seen it over 1,000 times now, especially, happened when I was playing in Toronto, in Ottawa. So it's kind of a little bit of I saw enough, put it that way, but it's not bitter. I mean, again, it's in hindsight. I wish I could have seen what I could have had in my career with 2 eyes, but I was able to come back and still play, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, you weren't bad. You weren't bad with 1 eye. I'll tell you that. I mean, shit. And you were a great player, obviously, with 2 eyes. When it happened, you knew right away, right? And then the story of, like, after your surgeries, they kind of flipped the lights on and off, and you actually had the ability to identify light. So I think that from what I read, the doctors were a little surprised by that. Did you always know that you'd be able to find a way to come back? Because you had to meet certain requirements in terms of your vision. So how were you able to get around the rules and all that in terms of making sure your vision, met the requirements to come back and play?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Basically, I don't know if you guys remember that golfer at the time. It was a Casey Martin that was using the cart, and they were kind of limited with the PGA. But once I got hurt with my eye, I had so many lawyers reaching out to me that they could not deny me work. So if I wanted to come back in the NHL, the lawyers would have took the case, and I don't think the NHL wanted any part of it. So they just let me go right through the eye tests pretty easily. As far as the doctors were surprised. I thought my career was done. For the first year after that injury happened in March 2000, I thought my career was done. As I started to get fat, but started to do a little extra, just athletic stuff, whether it's play ping pong, but I had no depth perception, so I tried to hit some tennis, throw some, just to try to get my body to acclimate again, and then. The body does some amazing things. I started, getting on the ice a little bit, and I thought it was a shot that I could come back and play. I went up, I went up to a USA hockey camp at the time. It was with all the, like Madonna and all the boys were skating. So I went up and skated with those guys, and I felt I could play at a high level still. Holly was there and a bunch of guys. So I felt I could still do this, and then the comeback was on.
So did you ever okay, so it's your right eye. And you're playing, did guys ever blindside you? Did you have to change your game and kind of see the ice a different way?
Yeah, definitely. I went a left shot. I've always played the right side on the point, right side D. So I had to switch to the left side just so I kind of kept everything in front of me. It's my left eye. That's my good eye. So, no more catching passes kind of on your offside. The defensive part of the game was the toughest for me. Picking up, if say Cam, you were chasing me down, I can kind of always feel one guy, but if two guys jump me on the forecheck, that's where I had a little bit of trouble, little issues. Most of the veteran guys that knew me and played against me, they kind of took it a little easy. I'll be honest. They were like, oh, I'm on your right side. I'm coming up. They'd still hit me, but they took it easy. It was more the younger kids once they started coming up, which is fine. Get blindsided once in a while, but that's part of the game. So I actually put on a little bit of weight. When I was younger, before I got hurt, I played at like 205. And then, that time off, I was fat. I got up to about 230, just not doing much. And then, so I got a little bigger, so then I played about 218 with a little bit of help at the beginning too. So it was good.
230 walking into camp at 2:30. They're like, God damn.
I was in bed for the surgeries every time with that retina surgery. You have to keep your head down, so you couldn't do much. It was just 6-7 surgeries. It just I'd feel good again, and then retina would detach and shit like that. So that was frustrating. And a lot of people go through injuries. Patience is the biggest word I kind of use give advice is just you got to be patient.
I remember working in the United Hockey League. They had this kid. Derek Beauregard, and he had one eye, and he was unbelievable. Would lead the league in scoring, but
I remember that
he was ridiculous. He was in that Trashers documentary.
Played for the Trashers,
but he was so good. But he couldn't play in the NHL. I don't even think he could play in the American Hockey League because he only had one eye. You had to have two eyes to play. Did you ever talk to any other players who went through this? And did they reach out to you? The Al McInnes, as some of these guys were, it happened to them after your situation. Did you talk to them?
A few guys definitely reached out, like Manny Malhotra, happened to him with a puck. A few guys, the Stahl brothers, one of those guys took a puck to the puck to the eye as well. So definitely guys, especially more in the minors or in college hockey or freak accidents, kids that get sticks in the eyes and things like that, they'll reach out. So it's tough because the eye is such a complicated thing. Little injuries can ruin a career. I was lucky enough to kind of come into the league with two eyes, and then obviously the injury happened. So lucky enough, I was able to play another 6-7 years like that.
Hey, why? And sorry, I kind of bouncing around. There's so much to get into with you, dude. Why did Ottawa trade you? First pick overall. What happened there?
That's what everyone kind of. I got a bad rap right away. Everyone didn't think I wanted to play in Canada, which is complete bullshit. I play in the OHL, American League. American kid coming up, and so when I went to Ottawa's camp, get drafted first all, they had guys like Daig, Bonk, Yashin, and going to the locker room. I just didn't have a good feeling about where that team was at the time. The organization was struggling. I went to camp. They were screwing around with me at camp. I was kind of being that not cocky kid, but I wanted to play at 18. Special. Get drafted first overall. I wanted to play right away. So they sent me back to junior, and that kind of pissed me off a little bit. And it's kind of just a contract thing. So Tom Laidlaw was my agent at the time, and we just kind of said, kind of screw you to Ottawa, and now we asked for a trade. But it had nothing to do with playing with Canada. Toronto's probably by far my funnest team I've been on, probably my best chance to win a Stanley Cup. So I love Canada, and so it was just kind of a bad rap early on.
Tom Laidlaw, that's my guy, man. That was Dallas.
He's great.
I'm trying to remember who.
Dallas Drake, Dallas Drake.
Yeah,
Bundy, Warren Reichel, he had a bunch of guys.
Yeah, he had a bunch of guys. Hey, so it's interesting because this happens when you're in Toronto, and you got a pretty decent insurance settlement, right? For almost $7 million, $6.5 million. But then you had to give it back. So they give it to you, then you had to give it back when you came back and played.
Yeah, talk about a black cloud over my head. Yeah, exactly. But they threw some insurance fraud in there too. It was a disability policy, and it wasn't a career-ending policy. So because of they slipped that in towards the end, and again, I'm a 23-year-old kid. We should have got better advice and seek better advice. But good old Lloyd's of London kind of slipped a little thing in there for me to sign, and it became it became a career-ending policy instead of disability policy. So when I came back, I had to pay the $6.3 million back. To come back and kind of play my NHL career. So we broke that over a couple seasons, paid it back, and financially it wasn't the right decision, but there's no question in my mind I kind of would do it all over again for sure.
Yeah, but you had to come back and play. I mean, if you
exactly.
Listen,
no question.
Nobody would fault you for that. That's crazy. So Marian Hosa, man, I mean, great player. I mean, do you call it a freak accident? You feel like it could have been prevented? And what kind of interaction have you had with him since the incident?
Yeah, Hosa and that team, I was familiar with a few guys like Wade Redden. Obviously, we played against each other since 16 and stuff. So he took Hosa to the hospital the next day. Hosa was a mess, to be honest. I was a mess too. He was a mess. But it was a freak accident. Was it careless? Absolutely. He was just pissed off the puck didn't get to him. Was I an offensive? If I was an offensive defenseman, would I have been trying to jump up with Matt Sundin to make a 2-on-1 on killing a penalty? So I mean, it's a freak accident, he swung it kind of curiously, so I didn't think anything was around me. And obviously at that time we didn't wear visors, and I just didn't shut my eye. So the way it hit me, broke my nose, broke my orbital, broke my cheekbone, and my eyeball just exploded. So it was a direct hit. Let's just put it that way.
God. So he came to the hospital. When you say he was a mess, what do you mean? Like just super emotional, like apologizing?
Super emotional. Yeah, he was a super emotional. It was, we all were. Reds was a little bit too. Just kind of a freak accident. You see, because everyone pretty much, and myself included, thought I was going to lose that eye. So basically thought my career was over right away. So that was tough to go through and to see him. But again, he was a freak accident. He was sorry about it. So there's never any bad feelings or issues with Marian Hosa.
Like, how dominant were you as a kid? I know you got offers to go to college. You decided to go to the O, but were you fucking dominant growing up playing? You had to have been.
He's the first overall pick.
I mean, I'm saying as a kid.
I was lucky.
As a kid.
Yeah, I was probably by 7th, 8th grade, I was already almost 6'1", 190. I didn't grow much after that, but just lucky. My skating, which was my biggest asset, right? My vision, obviously, my hockey IQ, but skating at that level kind of always took me, it kept getting better and kept getting better. So it took me, to the next level. And again, I was just lucky. It's just one of those kids that played street hockey every day and played all different kinds of sports, and then was a pretty good athlete. So, just kind of getting better and better. And it's, I miss those days. It was a lot of fun. That's a great question. That's what got me back into it. Cause I saw my nephew Brody, started to do the same thing, but little plays a little bit more physical game. But just to see the defensemen start working with these kids, I missed the game. That's why I'm back in it.
You're a great skater, man. You're such a good skater. And you know what? You backed it up because you won the Calder.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we get these guys that come on. You mentioned Alexander Dagan. I mean, we've had all these guys come on. Yeah. Some have been, high picks and their career didn't work out. But it's obvious that you had the ability and you deserved to be the first overall pick. Listen, Paul Maurice was your coach in the OHL, right? I mean,
I had Mo and DeBoer.
And you had DeBoer. Yeah. I was going to say that you had him too. So when you see these guys moving on to have success, what was your relationship with Paul Maurice? And did he reach out to you? Was he there for you, like when you went through all this, or did you not really hear from these guys?
I heard from them. Both of those guys have been, obviously. Once you turn pro, it's kind of, you miss some years, but still, Mo, when he wins his cups the last 2 years, I still send him a text. He's got an issue with one eye too. So, and he was he kicked my ass. He was good my rookie year. He was one of those, I only played 30, 40 games every year before that, playing high school hockey and things like that. So I was having some ups and downs my first year playing the OHL, and he gave me some good kicks in the butt, that I needed to kind of get me back to focus. And that year was awesome. Obviously, we won the OHL and played the Memorial Cup too, and then got our asses kicked by Iggy and Tucker and those guys in Kamloops. But it was a great experience. But and then the next year I had Pete DeBoer, so I was lucky with my coaches early on for sure.
Yeah. Well, you beat Iginla in the Calder race, right? I think he finished second that year.
I did not expect that. I thought he was going to take it all away for sure.
Yeah, you got him back. Shit, hey, how was Mike Milbury with you as a young kid?
Yeah, I call him. I'm his redheaded stepchild, pretty much. He loved me and hated me at the same time. We got along good, but he was going through some tough times then as well. He dismantled our team. Guys like McCabe, Bertuzzi, Palfy. We had Scott LaChance, Eric Brewer, Robert Luongo. We had some really good young players, and then Milbury just started kind of panicking and traded us all away. But other than that, he was just testing guys early on in my career, so I had to grow up fast. Being on a team with our veteran guys were great. Richie Pilon, Mick Vukota, tough as they come. Derek King, but they just weren't, guys that could kind of stand up to Milbury. So early on, even my rookie year, I kind of had to learn to kind of stick up for my teammates, and because just stupid things he would do. He tried to, he just wanted to see who had the power to come up and kind of challenge him, and I had to grow up pretty fast. So it was
like
fun.
What kind of games did he play?
Just I'll tell you one for my rookie year ends, and we had hefty bags in front of our locker rooms, and Joe McMahon, our old equipment guy, said, Milbury's not like letting you take your hockey bags home. And I was like, you got to be kidding. No veteran guy in the locker room would even do it. Everyone was kind of either towards your end of your career or towards the end of your contract, so nobody want to stand up to Milbury. So I just went barging in right in his GM office, and he's got his feet up, and he's like, I knew it was you that was going to be, come in and say something. So it's just, he just tested us early on like that. And then we have a better relationship today too when I see him. But Mike was just an intense guy. But at the end, it was fun to play for.
Did you ever hang out with Richie Pilon, by the way?
Oh my God! I love Richie.
Yeah, the stories are actually, Jets. You get the stories are absolutely believable, not believable, but they are all true. He's an unreal guy. He's an unreal teammate.
They're not believable, but they're all true. That's a great way. That's a great way to put it, man. And the nicest guy off the ice. I mean, one of the nicest people
tough as
ever.
Nails, but he's awesome. He took me under his wing, and then he was just a great guy. Always one of the first guys to show up the rink, first guy to leave. Last guy to leave. Worked hard and just he was a beast on the ice.
Yeah, he got hurt here when he played, but like the entire town knew him. Like he was like hanging out with everybody.
I know because he was fighting Poshik, he was fighting a ton of guys that and he kind of became a heavyweight in the NHL. He really wasn't at the beginning, and he started fighting a lot of guys. But because we had big Mick Vukota back there too, so Mick was tough as they come. Yeah.
Hey, when you were with the Rangers, I mean, just some unbelievable names because I want some Theo. You got Theo Fleury stories. You got Mark Messier on there. I mean, you had Eric Lindros. I mean, just an unbelievable time to be a Ranger. Pavel Bure, Jesus.
We get Malakoff. Brian Leach, Mike Richter, and we didn't even make the playoffs that year, which is scary.
Really?
We had some tough guys too. We had Sandy McCarthy, Dale Puritan, Big Steve McKenna.
Wow.
Yeah, we were a good team. It was a tough. It was Fleury. Fleury was going through a hard time at that time with the Big Lindros was my roommate, Big E. So we had some good names and some great guys in that team. It was sad that we didn't make the playoffs.
You didn't make the playoffs?
We didn't make the playoffs.
Like, what happened?
Ron Lowe was the coach that they fired him early on. Slats came behind the bench. It was my first year after my eye injury too. So I was very thankful for the Rangers and Slats. I mean, they gave me that opportunity to come back and make a comeback. So I always praise Slats big time.
What's Bure up to? Like, what's he like? He was my favorite player growing up, believe it or not. Like
he was one of my guys to watch early on, and then played against him. He was nasty because his stick, he hit a net. He used to two-hand me a couple of times pretty good from behind the play. But Pavel was a great guy. I mean, he's a Russian, he's as top as they come. Let's just put it that way. He's, back and forth from Russia, I'm sure Miami. So, but I haven't seen him in a while, but he was a great guy.
He's
stuck
going down
himself, but he's a great guy.
New York and Miami.
How close did you get to your pre-injury form when you came back and played? Were you ever even close to resembling yourself?
Offensively, for sure, running the power play. And I think I even put up more points after with one eye. I had a couple good years, but then the back kind of settled. I think I got hurt in Columbus with my lower back, and I was 44 games. I think I had close to 14 goals and close to 40 points.
Yep,
almost a point a game or something like that. So I was really starting to kind of. In the year before that with Chicago, I was starting to score some goals from the back end and then putting up some real good points. And then obviously the back happened, and that was all it. That was my career.
You ever go out with Theo Fleury after the game?
We did. I was a degenerate blackjack player myself a little bit too. So we played a little blackjack, played on some tables with them. I've been to a couple spots in Atlanta with them. Theo's great. I mean, he even wrote in a book at the end of the year. Funny story, I'll tell you quick. He bought my Porsche from me at the end of the year, but he disappeared for 3 months. So I didn't hear from him for 3 months. He went back to New Mexico, and I figured I'd just give him a car for free. And then about 3 months later, I got a FedEx check in the mail for full asking price. Never even heard from him. That's pretty funny. But he's a great guy. He definitely just again demons and went through a tough time. But look what he's doing now. He's just an amazing person.
God, you roomed with Lindros. Isn't that weird? Like, he's been in the league a long time, and you have to fucking share a room with him playing for the
crazy,
Rangers.
right? Both of us, right?
He had to have a roommate.
He had to have a roommate. He's taking a dump after you take a dump in the same bathroom.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think he put 10 pounds on me that year too, because we'd go for dinners and always ice cream, and he'd order like second meal every night before bed too. He's a big dude, that's for sure.
Yeah.
God,
good guy though. Like, you like
Great
him?
guy. Yeah, man. I played junior against Brett. So Beer, I'm close with his younger brother, and actually when he had the concussion issues, I kind of jumped in and took his roommate's spot with Brian McCabe and Eric Fichot and New York Islanders. So I knew Brett pretty well, and then me and Biggie always got along as well.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, we've had him on too.
We've had him on. He was
shit.
an unbelievable player. What about Messier? Like, would he like invite you to come along like after games? And I mean, I can't imagine what it was like to go out with him when he was playing for the Rangers.
He is absolutely the king of New York. I can just tell you that. He really is. I mean, for the younger guys, we go out all the time. At that time it was like Pangea, Serafino, all these big clubs, and it's a total different story when Mess walked in with us. Just put it that way. All the actors would be around. We had Tim Robbins hanging out all the time. Sean Penn, Sue Sarandon. It was a fun experience, that's for sure. But Mess, I mean, the velvet ropes just kind of opened up for him in New York, and he deserved it. I mean, bringing a cup there. He's definitely one of the better leaders I've played for.
Is he single the whole time, Mess?
He just met I think he met his current wife then. So a girl from Vancouver. I forget her name. I apologize. I don't.
Wow,
but
he went through
so
that.
he can marry stuff. And Mess is great. Still keep in touch with him a little bit, especially my boy Leachy that I kind of grew up watching play.
Yeah.
Being part of that young Olympic team in '98 was awesome. Guys like Chelios, Madonna, Keith Chuck, all those American boys was an honor to me to play with those guys.
What an era, huh? With
No
USA
shit.
Hockey. I mean, how much fun. Billy Guerin, all these guys, man. I mean, they were just Dougie Waite. Like, you had such an unbelievable group of people.
That's why I love seeing those young Chucks bring it back a little bit. The four seasons, however they call it, this year was awesome to watch. Bring the physical part, the fights back, because the old Canada Cup and the World Cups were awesome to watch for us. The early training camps to watch. Chuck and Billy Guerin and those guys dropping gloves and stuff was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, but
I mean, a lot of guys didn't think he was tough, but he could throw.
No, he could.
Absolutely, he could toss him.
Yeah.
So just because he was a rat on the ice, but he could fight big time.
Yep.
No doubt.
So it was a great era, that's for sure.
Oh, incredible era. I still think it's the best era of USA Hockey. This era may end up accomplishing more. I mean, when you look at all the championships they've won in the World Juniors and whatnot recently, but now you got to do it in the against the big boys, right? I mean, this is USA's time. They got to find a way to get it done here in the Olympics.
I agree. Pressure's on, that's for sure. I know Billy G's putting that team together, so looking forward to seeing both rosters, Canada and US. It's gonna be fun.
So you signed a big ticket with Chicago, right? But then you weren't able to take advantage of it because of the lockout, man. That sucks.
It was. That's probably my most disappointing. And I'm still pissed off at Dale Talon for it, and I'll tell him to. I haven't seen him yet, but if I see him, I'm pissed off because we did the deal with Pulford, had a good year. The lockout, we knew the lockout was coming. Agreed on a 3-year deal with the Blackhawks, but just couldn't sign it. Pulford got fired. Dale came in and reneged on a deal, which I was pissed off about too. So. But hey, that's a sport, that's hockey, but that's some of the stuff towards my end of the career that would piss me off,
How much was the deal for? It was like $3 million a year or something.
Yeah,
right?
it was perfect for me to come back. I just had to pay that back to make some money. So it was 3 years at $9 million. So entail, which is great. I mean, Doug McLean picked it up, but it was then the little escrow and stuff. So he basically picked up the 2-year deal, gave me the same amount of money, but with the escrow and stuff. So worked out to like 2.5 or so, but the 2-year deal. But Chicago, there was a young guys there, and I was dealing with Brian Sutter and things like that, which I got along good with. I got along good with the old school coaches like Pat Quinn and guys like that, Mike Keenan and stuff. So it was good for me. It was a great spot, but then they fired that, and like I said, Dale came in, and Chicago is a great city. I mean, the best bars ever. Stanley's at that time, Donnie Allen, R.I.P. Donnie Cruz, sorry. So it was a great spot to play for sure.
Brian Sutter, man. Is he the most intense coach you played for?
I would say he's right up there for sure. He had a younger team too. He's dealing with guys like Mark Bell and Arneson and stuff. So every morning I get stuck talking to him for 30 minutes. All he did smell like whiskey and did bitching. But Brian said he was a great guy though. I can honestly say that. And he was a good coach for older guys. But those guys gave him some gray hairs, that's for sure.
Damn. So listen, man, we had Michael Pekka on before.
Yeah.
And so this situation, like with your financial analyst, like from what I understand, you really went hard after them to make sure they had to pay the piper, right? For what they did. So like, what did they do? Like, how were they stealing money from all you guys?
It was all because of Lehman Brothers. I mean, basically Lehman Brothers were doing some dirty land deals. Phil Kenner got involved. He's still in jail. I think he got 17 years, but the scary thing is he's going to be out like in 3 or 4 years. It's just gone by so fast. But he was basically putting us in these deals with Northern Trust as a bank and setting up lines of credit that we had no clue about. He's forging signatures. He had fake, all kinds of fake stuff, behind the scenes. And he had like almost a story for every single player. So in hindsight, when I look back, and because I was pretty close with him too, I think myself and Ethan Morrow were his first clients. He's out of Boston, went to RPI. So it was just, he stayed Christmas at my house a couple times, and I never expected to what was going on until my career was ending, kind of coming close to an end, and started, kind of looking at my finance, and just some red flags popped up, and kind of started reaching out. And then the feds approached me and kind of end the story. He was basically, he had a fake notary republic. He had all the stuff he had to do to open accounts and be spending our money on different real estate deals. And obviously the collapse happened, and the government didn't save Lehman Brothers as well. So everything that we invested in kind of was either illegal or went to shit. So he probably got me for close to $4 million.
Wow. So how did you, like, what were the red flags initially? And did you ever call him up? What was his name again? The financial guy, the advisor?
Phil Kenner.
Okay. So did you ever call him up and be like, and give it to him? Like, hey.
For sure. He would never meet up with us after that. Excuse me, guys. Never meet up. I actually did a little sting outside his house. We had to serve him sometimes, and these guys weren't getting them because I knew exactly where he lived in Scottsdale. So I did a little staying outside his house. I waited with one of the guys to serve him for about 5 hours, and I'm like, there he is, get him. So he got him. He never reached back out after we knew what he was doing. And once the feds kind of opened up and explained, the feds early on thought I could have been not involved with it, but they didn't want to reach out to me, which I wish they did earlier. And then a couple of guys were really stern with me and kind of opened up my books. And so I hate to say it just wasn't smart with my money. And to be honest with you, I just trusted the guy who was my friend, and shit happens, I guess.
So when that happens, you never see that money again. You never get it back, do you?
You don't. We just actually got a little bit back. It's called forfeiture. So they were able to because of the some of the deals he did are actually legit land deals. Like Diamante down in Cabo San Lucas was one of them, big golf resort. So we were able to get a little bit of money back from them, which is great. So never make the guys whole, but it's been since 2013 he's arrested. So 12 years, and we actually just got a check back from the government for a little bit this year, which is big for the boys.
Were you able to recoup some of that money? I mean, you still played for a long time, man. You played over 600 games.
Yeah. I mean, there's no complaints. The big thing with that 6.5, it's tax free. So to come back and kind of, that was the financial decision. But again, I would have done it again for sure.
So when you retire, you're like, I gotta work right away.
Yeah. Actually, I thought I had a good little nest egg, especially on some of those deals, real estate deals with cash flow. So that's kind of was all coming to. I was basically going to retire, and this all hit me at the same time. It was kind of like, oh shit, I got a little bit of a nest egg left, but I'm gonna have to get back to work. So I started working in finance, business development a little bit for Whale Rock Point Partners out of Providence, and then obviously this opportunity came up with Colorado Extreme and CXA in 2027, 28. So I'm sitting pretty. I'm exactly where I want to be. This is
Good,
for me. I'm happy. Produce helping these kids and going to build a great academy program as well.
Yeah, and you're in a beautiful area.
Yeah,
it's unreal.
I need to see what we're seeing through those windows behind me. I need to see some mountains.
The most beautiful, expensive place in America.
It's awesome. It really is. Just even the lifestyle's a lot healthier, hiking and skiing and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So I'm even down 10, 15 pounds now. So
yeah, you just got to be active. I mean, everybody's beautiful, right?
You're forced to be active.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's in
Exactly.
shape.
Yeah.
So look good.
But were you thinking like, God damn, you're looking at your nest egg and you're like, fuck, I might have to play another year in Russia? Were they paying you good money?
That's like Jance. I was ready to play there for another 5 years. Yeah, I was playing half the season. All I had to go. They were giving me $1 million cash, Yeah, exactly. And then that plane went down. And then that was it. Lost a couple buddies. Lost the Russian guys, and then Beast McCrimmon, and I was right in the middle of that. So, and I was never scared to fly, but once I started playing the KHL, I was a little nervous, and then that happened, and I said, "Guess what? It's not worth the money."
What
So
do
I
you
came
mean?
back,
So,
and
but you weren't on that team though.
No, I was the year before I was with BTs. I was actually sitting waiting to pass a physical with McGillney's team out east. Amur AMUR was out there, so they were going to pay me, I think, $2 million to play half the season. So I was going to be able to recoup some money, and then that's kind of what I was going to do. But once that plane went down, I was like, I'm out here.
The locomotive.
And just was that pilot? So sad.
Was that pilot error? Because you hear the horror stories.
It was right off of takeoff.
Yeah,
because two survivors they had to, but it was awful. It was
that fucked me up too.
Pavel Dimitri was on
that
flight.
So you're like, fuck it. I just
know
a
bunch of buddies. Yeah, it was brutal. God. So that's kind of what took me home, and then that was the end of my career. So,
but you had a good time in Russia that year, though. You said
unreal.
Owners were cool as shit.
Yeah,
they fucking took care of you.
Yeah, they and I was another sad thing, but I was living with Chris Simon, me and Big Chief. He's a really good buddy of mine. We had a blast there that whole year, and just outside VD's in Chekhov. We're about an hour south of Moscow, so we had some fun, and he was one of the best guys ever. So R.I.P. to Big Chief. So that was a tough one. Yep.
Was a tough one, man. You played with so many great players.
You did.
Jumbo, like Joe Thornton,
like Big Joe. Yeah.
Like I'm trying to figure out who's the. You play with so many. I'm not saying he's the best player you played with, but he had such a great season that year. Like you played with some other guys who were Hall of Fame players, maybe who had their best seasons before you played with them. So like, was that the best season you saw from one of your teammates?
Yeah, it's a great question. Ziggy Palffy too. I think he put up almost 50 goals in 1 year with not much help. Pure goal scorer. Obviously, Big Joe, just all around. Joe reminds me of just a little bit better skater than Yager, but kind of a similar player. And Joe's an all-around great guy. I mean, just a laid back, has fun, fun on and off the ice. And I played junior against him, so he was an underage in Sault Ste. Marie. So he was close. And then Jansen was my other good buddy. He's knocked him out cold. Was Nick Boynton. Boynton was a great guy. I get to play with him too. He was a good dude. So we got a lot. Boston, our Boston team we were a decent team in Boston. We had Glenn Murray, Mike Knuble. We had a bunch of good guys. Marty Lapointe, PJ Stock. So we had a good crew in Boston as well. So a lot of fun playing.
Is Boston? I mean, that city's got to be a cool place to play.
You're from the area too.
You're around there.
That was the best chance. That was the best for my family. My dad caught every game. My dad was pumped. My dad, my mom. It was exciting. I kind of got that was the same thing with kind of what happened as well with Chicago. But I had a decent year as my second year come back. I was close to 40 points, and they just didn't want to pay me. I was making just under $1 million, and they didn't want to pay me $2 million, so they took me to arbitration, and that's where Chicago picked me up because basically lost arbitration. Bruins lost arbitration, and then they didn't want to pay me what they wanted to, so I went to Chicago.
I know. So, I think you were awarded like $2.5 million or something like that by the arbitrator, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Why wouldn't they want to pay you?
It's Boston. It's probably, to be honest with you, and I'll say this: it's probably the worst organization I played for, but probably the best time with it. But they just at that time, it's just the ownership there, Jacobs and stuff. At that time, it was just they were treating guys like shit.
But I've always heard that.
That sucks.
I mean,
sucks to deal with bad owners.
He kind of had that reputation a little bit during some of these lockouts and stuff like that, So
yeah, it's gotten better. I think with Cam Neely obviously running the ship there and Don Sweeney, but with Cam Neely coming in, I think it's gotten better.
Was he cheap like fuck with the cheaper planes? Like, did you notice different food on the fucking? You're having peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, like that kind of shit.
Just more how they treated the players. They just didn't want to pay players even when they deserved it. That was the biggest thing. And then just obviously playing for Toronto and Rangers before that, you go from those organizations and Boston. It's definitely a different situation for sure. And it should be because they make just about the same amount of money or worth the same amount as those organizations. So
they're up there.
They definitely are top 5, I think. So
I just saw the projected miles for each team this year. Fucking Edmonton has twice as many miles, like 48,000, 40 whatever it is, compared to New York Islanders has like 22,000 miles. Like that's a big difference.
Huge difference.
Huge difference for goalies, for everybody. Your superstars. You're traveling half as less. It's crazy.
I agree. That's the East compared to the West, right? So,
man, oh man.
Hey, where do you stand on like players wearing shields, half shields, all that. Like, I mean, I'm just curious if like your injury, did you come back with a shield or did you come back not wearing any facial
No,
protection at all?
I came back with a shield. I just never liked it because of the fog and things like that. It's so much easier now. But now they have. I mean, the guys with the sticks now, like, everybody can shoot the puck. The pucks are everywhere, high. It's always so. I think the visors. I mean, I was never a big fan of it before I got hurt, but then obviously once I put one on, it saved me. I would say 5 or 6 times for having some good cuts around the eyes and things like that. Just with pucks, more pucks than sticks. But I think now that's a good reason why guys have the shields on. Is basically the shots. They're all over the place. They're freaking as hard as can be. Crazy.
So when you were first overall pick, like, were you always projected like to be that guy? Were you on that trajectory? Like when did you know you were like better than everybody else?
Probably I would say right around 14 years old. Played in the Nationals just as from a small single A team. Was talking North Stars, but we had good players. I grew up playing with Brian Berard. He was my goaltender since we've been probably about 6 years old. So we always had a good like local team. But we win tournaments, win Rhode Island, win New England's, go play in the Nationals, and then we battle against like Little Caesars. We get our asses kicked, but it was a good test for myself, and could kind of always tell that I just kept progressing. Like I said, I was lucky and could dominate games by just controlling the puck.
Yeah.
Who was more popular in their city, Mark Messier in New York or Ty Domi in Toronto?
That's a tough one. I think I would say Ty's got to be. There's still some people in New York that people wouldn't know Mess if walking around, but there's definitely it's tough to mistake Ty. Let's put it that way.
Did you ever hang with him? Was he cool?
He's one of my best.
Yeah.
Still one of my we
love him too.
All heart. He showed up next day at the hospital with his young kids, with Max, and his daughters. When I got hurt in my eye, and we've been in touch. Favors for me, has helped me get back in the game a little bit with some development. He got me a couple good little gigs. Ty's one of a kind. He's one of my better friends for sure.
He's got his hands in everything too, business-wise. He's a fucking businessman.
He's hanging out with Tom Brady.
He's a businessman. You wouldn't look at him, you're like, he's a businessman.
Yeah. He is. Everyone loves to hang out with him too, but so it's funny. So he's crushed it. He's doing well.
Yep.
Who was the best player you ever saw play, like during your time coming up through junior and all that, before you got to the NHL?
Yeah, hands down, Kovalev. By far, I'll say it all the time. Alexei Kovalev was nasty as they come. I mean, I think he could have been one of the better players ever if he wanted to be. Let's put it that way, for sure. I mean, one-on-one, strength-wise, I always had the hardest time, and I just think talented and skill-wise, he was up there for sure.
Oh, his shot too. I mean,
was it kind of frustrating, like knowing like if he had just a little more like a fuck you attitude that he would. Yeah. Dominate even more.
Especially the coaches, yeah. He could have been one of the best players of all time for sure. Crazy.
You ever have a coach who was a dick to you after you came back from injury? Like, couldn't understand your limitations that you were dealing with?
There's two. Hitchcock. If I saw him today, I'd like to kick him right in the balls. Hitch, I don't like at all. He's not a good person. He's not. He's just. I'll always say it. I'm very vocal about it. Disrespects guys. Disrespects players. Has never played a game in his life. And then the other guy he's a great guy, great coach. But Teddy Nolan, towards the end of my career, would blame a lot of things on my eye. And I'm like, Teddy, it's not my eye. I promise. I'm just getting old and slow. Don't it's not my eye. And I was kind of a little pissed off about. He thinks I'd like miss passes, and he'd try to blame things on my eye. So he started sitting me out. Teddy kind of ended my NHL career, to be honest with you. Last year, the Islanders just kind of healthy scratching and things like that. Were just kind of, making my eyes an excuse, which I didn't appreciate. But those are the two really. All the other coaches I had were great. I mean, Big Pat Quinn and things like that was probably my favorite.
Oh, really? Yeah, I could see that. What you like about him? He's just old school, nice guy.
Just old school. Open the door. Open the door. We had a run and gun team there in Toronto too, and when I thought we could, that was what 2001, I think 2002. That's when the Dallas won the cup there. They beat Buffalo. We choked in the conference finals against Buffalo. We had our first 2 games without Hasek, and we went 1-1. We lost to Buffalo in 6. So that's still the one that kind of comes back and kicks me in the butt.
But like those coaches are still hardcore too. So like, what is Hitch doing differently?
Hitch is just disrespecting guys. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Is just once he's done, he tries to. I don't know if he tries to put fear or tries to intimidate the younger players, but it seems like he always picks on some veterans towards the end of their career and kind of acts that way. But just he's just a bad person, and I can say that out loud and say it proud. He is just conversation. I love honesty, and for me, some of the best guys and most honest guys like Paul Holmgren in Philly, tell you how it is, and I just like the brutal honesty, and those guys aren't like that.
What about any teammates or opposing players that cross the line with you, trying to chirp you about your eyes situation? That ever happen?
Not really. I'm sure a little bit, which I think is great. I'm all for the ripping guys and things like that. So, but I don't remember anybody at all. I mean, he's one of my better guys. Says Barnaby. I love playing against Barnaby. He kicked my ass a couple times too, but he was a good chirper. But not too many guys I remember that were disrespectful to that. I mean, obviously it's good chirps. So, but I don't remember nothing comes to mind.
You're like, I'm playing in the same league as you with one fucking eye.
Well,
fuck you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. Hey, one superstar. We just don't hear that many stories about him. Like, he must have been a great guy. Certainly a great player. Is Matt Sundin. Like, people play with him, but no one really ever talks about him.
Yeah, he's just
like, what was this guy all about?
He's steady as they come. I mean, Matt's is probably, and this is, I played for Mess too, so with Mess, but Matt's is probably my best captain as far as. Mess is more vocal. Matt's is just the guy that, he's never showy, made a ton of money. You would never know it. I mean, just one of those guys that would take care of his teammates, always, picking up checks and quietly, and just wasn't flashy, but was one of the all-time best, for me, one of my all-time best, teammates as far as just looked after everybody in the locker room, 1,000%.
It's always good to have the big dog not be cheap with checks. Everybody sees it. The big dog making the money, like, pick up the checks. Like, that goes a long way with the guys.
Just that year in Toronto just shows what a leader. I mean, we had 8 Russians, right? We had the Russian mob. They were awesome. Danny Markov, guys like that. Stevich, Karpatsev, awesome guys. But for us to keep that locker, we had, Glenn Healy, obviously Cujo was our goaltender. So we had a big mix of guys, and Matt's kept. That was probably one of my tighter teams I've ever been on. To be honest, it was Matt's just kept everybody together.
Does it feel different playing in Toronto, even then, versus these other cities?
It does, but I liked it. One place I always want to play, I didn't get to play, was Montreal too. I always kind of wanted to play in Montreal.
Yeah.
But Toronto at that time, again, there was no social media either, so it was a lot easier. We would close in the garden, which was Maple Leafs Garden, which was amazing. Open up the brand new Air Canada Center, so some great memories. But again, the phones weren't as high tech, so it definitely would have been a different time for sure.
Hey, listen, the steroid thing. Like, break this down for us. Like, when did you start taking steroids? Did you know when you were doing it? Like, hey, I could get popped for this. This is something I'm doing that's illegal. Like, how did this come about? Who introduced you to the steroids?
Great question and very simple answer. I was coming back from the eye injury. I was 205 pounds, probably 6% body fat when I got hurt. Started lifting weights, coming back. I was probably 235, lost all my muscle. So I lost from basically all the surgeries and the anesthesia. Neurologically, I lost, I forget the exact word, but basically I had no muscle left. So I started lifting, working out, started seeing some high-end docs, started talking about some things that at that time weren't illegal in the NHL, just to get my muscle tone back, kind of build some strength, build some foundation for me going back to playing in the NHL with one eye. And that's really why I did it. I did it under doctors. I definitely got stronger. I got bigger, probably too big, to be honest with you. I think that's where, and I'm very open about that. I think that's where my lumbar and my lower back kind of started causing some injuries, just because of always ripping shots and now being at 218, probably is still about 10% body fat. But I mean, I was big and strong and felt good, but probably too big for hockey. I was benching, I could do 315 about 15 times. So it was interesting. But then I stopped doing it, but I stopped with doctor's advice. We started working on some other natural supplements when they started testing, and it wasn't even illegal yet in the NHL, and it just stayed in my blood longer than they thought. I was still on the roster for the Olympic team, which was a mistake. There's no chance I had making the Olympic team. So Wada came in one day and actually, I believe, I forget if it was blood or if it was urine, but it stayed in my system a little longer, and I wasn't getting any trouble for it through the NHL, but it was more of the AP, right? So the Associated Press kind of picked wind of it and kind of took off with it.
What was it? Just testosterone or D-ball or what?
I was just doing Winstrol and Decker at the time.
Oh,
But at that time, so yeah,
No wonder
exactly.
you got jacked up.
Why?
Yes,
Is it like,
pretty
That's
big, yeah.
bodybuilder shit, right? I mean,
Is
that's
it?
what the bodybuilders take. It's
Yeah,
not-
it was good. It was, and the track guys with the Winstrol and stuff too. So, and it's funny because everyone, it made me look good, right? Made me stronger. I looked better, but it didn't help me on the ice at all. Like I said, it kind of probably slowed. And again, I wanted to protect myself because of the blindside hits and stuff. So I wanted to play it a little bigger, but I probably lost a little of my quickness too, my speed at the first few steps. But then after I was able to stay, besides the lower back, I was not going to be, my only injuries were my spine and my eye. Unfortunately, everything else, stayed pretty good.
Hey, how horrible of a feeling is it though when Wada bangs on your door and that guy is staring at your wiener and you have to piss in that cup and you're like, what the fuck is in my shit? And that god awful.
I thought I was good too. So that I had no question. I got that phone call, and then we were dealing with Dick Pound. You guys know that runs Wada. He was the same thing. He wanted nothing because we said this is not going to do anything. Put in the press. I'm not getting suspended through the NHL and stuff. So I'll do some talks to Dare and do some programs. But nope, it was all about getting my name out there and saying I was taking steroids at that time.
Fuck.
It was good because I learned from Giambi. I talked to Giambi quick. I talked to a couple guys, and Giambi was the best advice he gave me was just be honest with it. Like I mean, with you guys, be straightforward, be honest with it. Say you made a mistake, you didn't know much better, instead of lying and all that bullshit. So, which a lot of other players did.
Sean Hill got dinged too.
Yeah, he did.
Remember that? And
He was jacked too.
He rocked guys. Didn't he say that he was eating a rack of lamb?
maybe, I don't know.
You're right.
Exactly. So things like that.
That rack of lamb at the steakhouse.
Dick Pound.
I had to
was-
deal with those guys.
That was the guy from Wada. Dick Pound.
Yeah,
Is that his
Dick
name?
Pounds from
Did they
Wada,
have to go to your house every 3 times a week?
No,
at 5 o'clock in the
because
morning?
it was because it wasn't. There was no drug policy yet in the NHL.
Right.
Good.
So
So
you
it
didn't-
was,
so-
so it was basically I got suspended from Olympic hockey for a year. So I was like,
right.
oh,
So
thanks.
you got
Whatever.
dinged by the IHF or the IOC or whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Not the NHL, right? So you were never suspended from the NHL for it.
Never. Nope.
You think a lot of other guys were doing it?
I don't. Not too many. I would say 10% of the league, maybe. A lot of tough guys. I think that's where it was. A lot of heavyweights. Some guys got into it a little bit. But other than that, I kept it quiet. I mean, obviously, guys would ask me questions once I got popped, but it was kind of something that. I think the whole Balco thing, I think a lot of guys were testing on some things, and with the Lance Armstrong stayed, early on. I think guys were just testing things and seeing it can make you a better player. And for me, it was more just to build strength and be able to get back in the league and play with one eye. So I didn't think I was cheating. Put it that way.
So what took HGH instead?
Yeah.
Feels around.
It comes. But then you look at some of the things that happened with some of the guys. They were on all kinds of stuff and they had a quick cold turkey, and some guys got sick, right? So it was kind of.
So
a
what
tough
year
thing
was
as
this?
well.
Like, was this while all the McGuire and Sosa and Barry Bonds and all that shit was going on?
Yeah, it was right about that. It was right around the same time with 2000. Was it 2003, 2004?
Yeah,
somewhere
that's
around there.
Bonds era. That was
So you think these guys should you see other athletes getting dinged and how their careers has basically been ruined and tarnished. I mean, a lot of these guys aren't getting into the Hall of Fame. Roger Clemens, all these guys. How do you look at it from your perspective, knowing that you've been through it and similar situation?
You still got to be an athlete, right? So I don't think, maybe give you a little bit more power. I still think those guys should be in the Hall of Fame. That's my opinion, 1,000%.
Were you injecting? Is that how you do it?
Guys, Pete Rose. I think Pete Rose now that he's passed, they should let him in the Hall of Fame as well.
Well, shit, he should have been in.
Yeah,
all his shit took place after he was done playing anyway. He's unbelievable.
But all
4,000
these,
hits.
especially baseball. I mean, the pitchers were doing it, the batters were doing it just as well. So
I like the
even in ball
steroid.
game.
I want the steroid era to come back. I want everybody to take
We
steroids.
want everyone hitting 80 home runs.
The bombs were the best part about it, right? At least we'd watch baseball. At least we'd watch baseball then. Now we
Exactly.
watch baseball playoffs.
And you see
About
these offensive linemen in football. You ever seeing a guy 2 years after he's done playing?
Oh, he looks
he
sick.
literally shrunk.
Well, there's sumo wrestlers. They have to force the food in them. It's
I
like
know,
it's like a
I
sumo
know.
wrestler.
But
Yeah,
then
the
maybe
offensive
some.
linemen, yeah, exactly.
So
now
what
they
are
have
you-
to be in shape or they'll drop dead. Most of these guys.
No shit.
Like,
So are
would.
you were you injecting yourself? That's what you do, with a needle or whatever, right? It's just
Yeah, so a couple of things. There was oral, and then same as today. Look at all the peptides today, the BCP, all these peptides and stuff you have to inject. So it's very similar.
Was it expensive? How do you get your hands on it? You said doctors
I
knew
get
about
my,
it.
where I grew up, I get my hands on anything.
Yeah, I got you. I know.
Make a phone call.
But it's Street drugs, I get it, whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
It's
but
all the
there's-
same, though.
I mean, there's such a black market street drugs for the steroids too. It's still in the gyms. But for me, it was the doctors. It was all the guys I went and saw, who I knew who to see, and I just want to get back in shape and give myself a shot to play. That's what it was all about.
Did you ever get jammed up on anything else, like painkillers? I know you got banged up a ton. None of that
Yeah,
stuff
thank
gets you.
God. I hated pills. Hated
Good
painkillers.
for you. Good for
Thank God,
you.
because that's something with all my. I mean, I've probably had I don't know. I've had 10 back surgeries, spinal surgeries, and I'm probably up to 20 surgeries total. So, yeah, right there, the neck fusion and back fusions and all that kind of stuff. Just with spine, bad spine. But so that's
Good for you,
all.
man.
you think steroids can make you a better hockey? I can see it in
I don't think so.
baseball.
I
how
don't
it can
think so
help
at
you in
all.
baseball.
I think it
football,
hurts you.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get hurt.
Muscle tears, too stiff, dehydrated. It's definitely not
not
drugs
good.
you want to do for kids. Absolutely, especially to play hockey.
Yeah. No, that's good.
You don't
advice.
need it.
That's good advice, especially now that you run an academy. Like, hey,
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
don't do steroids. Okay, boy.
Don't do
steroids.
drugs.
Don't do crack.
What did McGuire say? Like, drugs are bad. Or
Drugs
is bad. Or
drugs
something?
is bad.
Hey,
Nancy Reagan.
Hey, how bad was your back? Your back was messed up. Huh?
Back's been bad, yeah. Back's been bad. The last couple of years have been really bad. I just had Dr. Prusmack, who operated on Eichel and a couple other guys. So I finally went and saw him. He's helped me big time. Yeah, I had neck fusion, everything, just my spine. Probably that's hockey and golf. I used to shoot a ton of pucks and play a ton of rounds of golf in the summertime. So I think that's where those injuries come from.
Can't do anymore.
Where's
Golf.
that doctor in Vail? Is that
I'm
where
in
he's at?
club. He's out of Denver. Dr. Chad Prusmack. He's a neurosurgeon, unreal, and then he's got resilience coach, so the longevity, anti-aging. He's a brilliant man. He's from Lyme, Connecticut, so all the autoimmune diseases, everything. The guy said he's helped a lot of guys with head issues. So he's a brilliant man, and he was recommended through Mark Lindsay. Chance probably know Dr. Mark Lindsay, but Lindsay's a smart man as well. So he set me up a Prusmack, and he's helped out big time.
Cool.
But dude, you play with so many great players. First overall pick. Like, you could have stayed in the game if you wanted to, right? I mean, you could have gone into coaching. Like, what led you to not want to stay in the game?
That's good. I just again, I think it was just kind of all the bullshit I dealt with towards the end of my career, and just needed a little bit of break. Get away from the game and just mentally clear up mentally, and kind of get back into the game a little bit. I didn't know what was going to take me back in the game. I never really wanted to coach, but I love developing the kids, on and off the ice. I call it kind of the life caddy mold. And that's kind of what, got me back into the game, and I love where I am today.
Okay, so as an offensive defenseman, like, what do you think when you see these Cale Makars, you see the Quinn Hugheses? I mean, these guys, Lane Hudson now in Montreal, the way they're skating and the way they walk the line, these kids are unbelievable.
They are. Just even watching these younger kids, their hands, the agility. We work big time on skating. We have a limited ice here in Colorado, for Colorado Extreme. So skating, edge work, and stride work. It's just amazing what the kids are doing now. And then you watch these guys in the NHL. They need to do it. The speed and the agility now. It's fun to watch. I still miss the old game a little bit. Still the one big thing I hate is all the big hits now. Every time it seems like a big hit, there's going to be a fight. Before it was a clean hit, things like that. You might get shirked a little bit.
And not a good fight.
Exactly. So that's where the game's a little different. But to watch these guys like Hudson and Makar, for me as a defenseman, it's unreal. My hips, I would have been out of the game a lot earlier. My hips would have been both torn.
Oh my
the way
God.
those guys can walk the ice and walk the blue line. It's crazy.
I don't know. You were pretty good, dude.
I know.
Who you kidding, motherfucker?
Quinn Hughes is just, he's one of the most entertaining players to
Yeah,
watch.
we love
Hey,
him.
how'd you do with your book? I know you wrote a book, man. Pump that up.
Yeah, the book, the Relentless, can't even speak, but Relentless was good. It was at a time that it was PG. Put it this way, it was PG. I wanted to do something a little bit more exciting, a little bit more fun, kind of let some people know what was going on in Russia and things like that. But unfortunately, Simon Schuster at the time didn't want to put things like that in the book, worried about lawsuits. But it was good. Again, it's I've had some great ups, great ups. I don't call that, but some great ups and then some downs in my career. And it's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Is really I think I can help these kids out a lot on and off the ice, and it's kind of led to where I am now with Colorado Extreme. So it works out great.
What goes on in Russia? We want to know what goes on in Russia.
I think the boys know now. The KHL it's the Wild West. That's the best way to explain it.
Dude, we appreciate
For
you
sure.
coming on, man.
Yeah, man.
Keep in touch,
Yeah, thanks,
dude.
guys. I appreciate it.
And don't be
we'd love
shy to invite me to that alumni game. I'm pretty entertaining.
Let's get out, guys. Yeah, if you guys can get out, I'll send you some clips and stuff. You guys, it'd be great if you guys could share, and then you guys are invited. So we'd love to have you out.
Hey,
for sure.
right on.
And keep telling your story, man. You got a great story to tell too. Like people still,
Yes.
I remember you for sure, man. I mean, you were a great player too. So it's good to remind people how good you were. Also,
Damn right,
man.
dude.
So,
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate
Never forget that. Never
Yeah.
forget that.
Thanks,
right,
guys.
I
Have a
should
good
have
one.
been the first
I'll talk to you.
overall
He
pick
should-
that year.
yeah. See you, Brian.
Thanks, guys.
See you,
Have a
homie.
good day.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was Bryan Berard. Great story, Cam.
He's got
I mean, it's
crazy
really
stories.
unfortunate what happened with his eye. Still played a long time, but it's really unfortunate. And you realize how gifted and how good he was, man. To be the first overall pick and everything that he did early in his career, it's a shame that it was taken away from him.
Yeah, I know. I think he sometimes when you're built up that much leading in and you get drafted, and then you're not happy, and you're like, I'm not happy. I need to get a trade. You know, like I think he probably could have played it a little bit better with the certain things. But man, when you get hyped up that much, you feel like you could play at 18, and if you don't play at 18, then you're like, what's going on here? I'm ready to go. Like just he had an interesting career. And he's so talented. He gets hurt. He went through a bunch of different ups and downs with certain things, man. We dug into everything with him, of course. And he was very open about it. And I appreciate that, dude. You know, some guys want to just talk about, hey, I got a big event coming up.
Right.
And, hey, you remember that goal I scored? That's awesome. No, what happened? People want to know and humanize you, man. Talk about the bad things that happened. Humanize yourself. And he certainly did that. You know what I mean by that, Andy, where guys are like, well, I can't talk about that. But remember I scored 4 goals that one game? Yeah, we know. But what about this? You know, he was totally cool. He was open about everything. And I like him a lot. And I feel like I like to hang out with him, too. I think he's one of those kind of guys.
New York is a melting pot of all different types of people.
We know, Andy. Like, and you sound so much better right now. I'm actually fucking mad now. I'm mad that I told you what to do.
Did it sound bad?
I told you what to do, and you didn't goddamn do it. You didn't do it.
Did it sound bad?
Sounds 10 times. Yes. Sounds
Really?
10 times better now. I'm going to your house right after this. No, I am. No,
Dude,
I'm going to your house. And I'm looking around.
security.
I'm going to snoop around, and I'm stealing things. That's what you get.
Dude, you know what you'd see at my house right now is my Morning Glory maple trees that I
Not looking at it.
planted with my own 2 hands. Dude, every year the leaves get more and more red and beautiful and yellow. It's really incredible, man.
It's incredible. I'm going to look through your house, and I'm going to take what's mine. That's what I'm going to do.
There's nothing there, dude. Honestly.
Oh, yeah. Show me.
Show you around?
Mhm.
Come over on Thanksgiving, dude. I'm inviting you over. I have nowhere to go.
Come over. You can come with me if you want. You're allowed to. Chloe's allowed to. I'll clean the
I
house
can't
up.
believe you didn't say that right off the bat.
I didn't know that you didn't
I
have
can't
any.
believe you didn't say, dude, I'd love to have you over. Please, no one should ever be. I want to talk to all y'all out there. No one should ever be by yourself on Thanksgiving. I am so thankful for this Thanksgiving this year. Do you know I walked by, Cam? It was like a out-of-body experience. I saw exactly where the Macy's parade is.
Cool.
And the turkey, you know, the famous turkey that's hanging out-of-body experience.
That's awesome. Remember
It's
when?
an amazing feeling to have made it here in New York City.
What was it? Was it in
period of
Columbus
time.
back in the day where they like, we're gonna set off, 1,000,000 balloons, and they like let up 1,000,000 balloons for like a cause, and then they got trapped in all this stuff and fucking they're on power lines and like birds are eating it, dying, fucking just scattered trash everywhere.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Murphy. There was a couple Macy Day parades that was really, really windy and shit fucking went crazy and stuff like that. But New York truly is really cool during the Christmas era
holidays.
season. Yeah.
I feel like it's always bad weather during the Macy's Day Parade. So Cam, listen, I've got the rest of the afternoon here. What should I do today? I mean, I've hit most of the city, and
I'd say you call my cop buddies up and let them pick you up and take you around.
Really?
That's what I would do. Yeah.
Would they take me around?
Fuck yeah. And you can go whatever you want to do. They'll take you. I would say, you hang out in New York, go to some cool places, but my buddies just know where to go and they'll show you a good time.
Okay.
Catch
Well,
my
apparently
drift.
you don't know. You're not giving me any suggestions. Should I eat pizza here? Is it that big?
Sure. Yeah, but go to John's Obliquer if you can.
What's that?
That's the best pizza place in the world is John's
Oh,
Oblique
really?
or Luigi's in New York City. So just look up the best top rated pizza places in New York City and fucking go to one of them. Well, you're in
Good
New York.
afternoon.
You're in New
I'm
York.
not really into waiting.
You're in
yeah.
New York. Well, I wait for you all the time.
Okay.
I'd say if you want to get a pizza, go to John's Oblique if you can see where it's
I
at.
gotcha.
You know,
I got you.
if you want that. It's a New York slice. It's greasy. You're not going to like it.
Okay. People,
Andy
and I
likes
gotta give
Andy
a
likes a
shout out.
pizza that's just plain dough, you know, with nothing on it.
Can I give a shout out to all our listeners who sent me incredible restaurant recommendations?
So why are you listening to me when they tell you? You don't trust our listeners? How dare you?
Trust all the listeners,
How
dude.
dare you?
They gave me everything from Chinese food to everything.
China? Oh, go
Who's
to
a-
fucking Chinatown. Go to fucking Chinatown. If I'm you, Andy, if I go to Chinatown, I go to the shittiest looking place possible. You know why? Do you know why, Andy? Because the shitty places are the best. The rundown places where the guy's in the back and he looks like he's 90 years old and he's been doing it for fucking 75 years. That's the place you go to.
Okay.
Shit kicking, baby. Damn good Chinese food.
Candlestick Podcast is brought to you by Stiefel, baby.
Yeah.
Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Again, use our link and use it today. Sparks Hockey. Use that promo code Cam and Strick. It's going to save you more money than Black Friday.
Friday time money.
True Float. Hell yeah with True
Hell
Float.
yeah.
Get those coolers. Get those heated chairs. Straight out of Alberta. True Float.
Shit kicking.
Yeti.
Pussy. That's a
There's a
fact.
big difference, man.
Big difference, dude.
I love
Big
these Yeti. I mean, I love these True Float coolers, man. They're so much better than the Yeti coolers in terms of the construction. They could fall out of your truck going 80 miles per hour. It won't even have a strap.
Nothing. Won't even open up, baby. Won't even open up. They're built for, they're like military built, dude.
Yes, sir.
Hardcore.
All
Hardcore.
the boys out there in Edmonton. Of course, our friends over there at Blue Note Roofing, man, David Novak, and everybody else. 314-920-5713. Big Davey boy.
Big Davey,
Call
we
him
love you,
today.
homie.
Get that gutters, roofing, siding, soffit, fascia,
Fascia.
whatever you're looking for. that you
Fight
need.
you.
All right, Cam. So real quick, as we leave, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful that I'm happy. I'm thankful that I'm happy. I'm thankful that I'm happy that I want to go home and I put a smile on my face when I walk in the door and the house is smelling like Christmas and the puppies are laying there and Kate's got food ready for me and I just fucking chill and I never want to leave my house. Like I just don't. And I love that. You know, I would hate to not ever want to be at my house and I'm just thankful that I'm happy. And I get stressed out, man, here and there, and I still got issues. I got demons still I got to deal with, just like everybody else. It's all good. But I'm thankful that I'm pretty consistently happy at all times. Now, does Andy make me mad? Sure. No big deal. All good. I could deal with that and I push it aside. But then overall, man, I'm a happy guy, and that's all you need, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
That is God. My coffee just went down on the wrong side. This New York coffee that I'm drinking.
Oh, yeah?
I'm happy that, I mean, I'm thankful for a number of things too, as well, Cam. My family,
Yes.
the fact that I'm able to have a job that you love, and the fact that we have this podcast, man, and we've created this community with so many people from all over the world that we communicate with. We love hearing from all y'all, by the way. So always reach out.
Always
Become the
reach
listener
out.
of the month. And, you know, thankful for hockey too, man. Hockey is the greatest sport on earth. And it's going to be exciting throughout the course of the rest of the season to see how all this plays out.
Yeah.
It's an Olympic year too. So many great things ahead, Cam.
Yeah.
But this is truly a time to enjoy it with your family, unless they're all in Toronto at Silver Sticks.
But
And you're by yourself, and your podcast partner doesn't invite you over to his house.
you'll be fine. Andy, like all the people that are going through shit, and Andy's wife is in Silver Sticks, where Ty's going to score probably 10 goals, and then they're going to come home, and they're going to have like, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're not in Iraq. You're not fucking going over there. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. You're with $1 billion company. You're on a plane. Lori got to visit you. Chloe's dominating. Ivy's singing and doing her thing, and Ty's dominating as well. And Lori loves you, and now she's taking the kids up there for a tournament. You're okay. You're okay. You should be thankful for that they get to do all that stuff.
My secret-
When you're playing hockey, man, and you're competitive at a young age, you don't have holidays that much, dude. You're fucking gone. You're gone. So it is what it is. You got to accept that.
So I will consider posting my world famous Stricky mashed potatoes. If I make them this year, I mean, I don't know who I'm making them for. I typically make about 10 pounds of potatoes. So I don't know if I'll be doing that because I just don't have everybody here. But Laurie is asking that we have Thanksgiving on Sunday when they get back. So
Yeah,
I may
do
make
that. See,
Yeah.
like you're fine. Like it doesn't matter. Thanksgiving weekend is not just Thursday. It's all weekend long anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, it's all weekend long.
And the Blues play back-to-backs on
Friday, Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. Are
least
you
we got
off
2:30.
radio? Are you off radio on Friday?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Good, good.
So it's 2:30 game.
Taking Hockey Sense off too on Friday. Just
Take
so
it
you know.
off. Yeah, you should.
So we'll be back next week. And
Yeah.
again, enjoy the time with your families, and thanks for all the support.
We love you guys.
We're thankful for all of y'all, and for Maddie and Aiden and Alex and everybody at Half Coast Studios too, man. So
We love you guys. All right, have a safe trip back, homie.
happy holidays.